But
Recording.
all these casuals be tripping me out, man.
All right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Originals underscore Sports podcast. Okay. We were some of us weren't here last week, but thank you to Smooth and VO for holding down the fort in our absence. Did a great job. Again, we are on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on all the glorious social media outlets. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well. I thought honestly it wasn't going to be that big of a sports news thing this cycle to this weekend, but apparently the NFL said, nah, hold my beer. We're going to have some stuff to talk about. So I figured we could talk about a couple of things. Mainly, obviously, the biggest news right now, the Michael Parsons and McLaurin from the Commanders both have requested trades because they're unhappy with their contract situations, even though I believe both of them are still under contract for another year at least. So pose a question. I'll do a popcorn style. Whoever wants to chime in. So, two questions. One, do you think what are your thoughts on it? Obviously, the trade for both of them. And then number two, do you think any of these guys are actually going to get traded, or is this all just negotiating ploy, tactics, all that jazz? So, whoever wants to go first, feel free.
I go first. Why not? So, when the market changes with players and they signed the contract years ago, they feel like they've been slighted because all these other receivers and pass rushers, DNs get more money than they did. But it's all about negotiations, right? You should have thought about that when you signed the contract. If you're under contract, you know, it's hard to negotiate when you still have a year left. But when owners like Jerry Jones come out and say, you've been hurt for 6 games, and you make all these comments about your players, that shows that he's 80 years old, like however old he is. You don't alienate your players by coming out and talking to them and talking about them behind their back or talking in front of the media about them. Why would you do that if you want them to be on your team? If I'm Parsons and I know I'm underpaid, after he said all those things about me and then I request a trade, I don't want to play for Dallas anymore. Why would you want to? If your owner is talking about you like that, he doesn't really care for you, and then he dismisses what you said and say this part of negotiations, are you really going to stand 10 toes down? But in the NFL, these guys just talk. They make threats, but they never move. It's not like the NBA. When these NBA guys do it, they move. They get traded in most cases. With McLaurin, like Washington, I don't know what game they're playing as well, because without McLaurin, you're going to stunt the growth of Daniels. Because if you don't have that down the field threat, you can't rely on always hurt Debo. You can't. And you got one of the oldest rosters in the league. So if you don't have him, and I know he's 29, and you don't want to pay a 29-year-old because they say when receivers get to the 30-year-old mark, they slow down. But you're trying to win now. In the NFL, it's about winning now when you have your quarterback on a rookie year deal where you don't have to pay this enormous amount of money to your quarterback. So that's when you go all in. Look what Seattle did when they won, you know? Russell Wilson was on a rookie contract and they won. And that's what all these teams are trying to do, is strike the iron while it's hot with a rookie quarterback. And when you get a quarterback that can take you places, you try to surround them with great players so that way you can not put so much resources into the quarterback and you can get to that next level and maybe make the Super Bowl. They made it to the NFC Championship. So in their minds, they're all in. I don't agree with it, but they're all in and they think they have a chance to take that next step. So in both cases, I understand the tactics of the team and the tactics of the players. When you think you're underpaid, of course you're going to speak out. When you think that the team is not taking care of you and you see all around the league where teams are paying all the receivers, you feel slighted. And I know Micah feels slighted when you see T.J. Watt get $40 million.
So that being said, do you think that they're going to still resign, or do you think they're,
in football, these guys rarely get traded. So what happened is Jerry Jones will give him a contract, kumbaya, even though he shitted on him. And McLaurin, I don't know what he's going to do, because you don't make these trades when people already spent their cap money, right? People don't have these openings and all these things, the resources to do this. That's why when you saw DK Metcalf get traded, it was early before free agency and all that stuff started. You got to do that things when you're under the cap and you have that money to spend. So I don't think neither one of them want to leave, but I think it's going to be uncomfortable in both cases.
Okay, well said, well said. And Fogler, what say you on the situation with Micah and McLaurin?
I mean, both McLaurin and Micah are venting their frustrations. I definitely understand where Micah's coming from, because he just watched Myles Garrett and TJ Watt get these massive deals. And meanwhile, Jerry Jones is dragging his feet on getting him a new deal. The problem is that he's still under contract for another year. So you can cry and be pissed off that your peers are getting more money than you, but you're still under your contract. So he doesn't have to necessarily sign, negotiate a new extension this year. That's one. And two, that's what TJ and Miles did. They were with the Browns and the Steelers. You're not with that team. You're with the Cowboys. You saw how long Jerry dragged his feet with Dak. What makes you think that he's going to go any faster in your situation? He's not. That's just how Jerry Jones is. And Jerry said it yesterday. This is part of his negotiation tactics. Is he going to release Micah? Is he going to trade Micah? No, he absolutely not. Is he going to do that? Because he's not going to risk Micah going to a competitor team and have to face him. Imagine if he went to the Eagles before Smooth get too excited. That's not going to happen. But you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they wouldn't risk that.
Yeah,
no way.
But exactly. But at the same time, like I said, Micah can be upset. You're still under contract for another year. Are you going to try and risk and sit out for an entire year? The problem with doing that is you risk coming back and not being able to play up to the same level. Remember, this wouldn't be the first player that ever tried to sit out for an entire year. Players don't typically do that anymore. You can bitch and complain, but at the end of the day, you still got to get out there and play. You still got to put it on the field. You understand? And that way, maybe next year you get a better deal. You still got a year left. Maybe in the next year you get a better deal. Maybe at some point Jerry Jones decides to stop being dick around and give him the money. But as of right now, he has no, as much as Mike has, put the statement out there and is making a big stink, he doesn't have any leverage, actually. He doesn't. I get that you have impressive stats. None of your impressive stats are in the playoffs. None of your impressive stats have won a Super Bowl. You understand? Like, if you could show me where you won something, or some kind of championship or something, then you got an argument for me. But you don't have an argument for me at all. Same thing as far as as Terry McLaurin. He's 29 years old now. Do I want Terry McLaurin to get a new deal? Absolutely. 1,000%. Do I want him to stay with the Commanders? Absolutely. I don't think that Debo is a WR1. We've talked about that. We've had this conversation before. I do not believe that Debo is a WR1. Is he a gadget player? Is he a good WR2? Can you move him inside to the slot? Absolutely. And he's phenomenal at that when he's healthy. But Terry McLaurin is very... Yeah, exactly. But Terry McLaurin is very much your WR1. You do not risk giving him up. And it's very obvious if you watch Jaden play last year, he felt very comfortable having Terry McLaurin there. Whether it was for underneath pass, whether for the deep ball, he knew he could count on Terry and Terry was going to be there. So you're not going to risk pissing off your Jaden to begin with. Jaden's entering his sophomore season, first of all. What always happens in the sophomore season of a QB? Their numbers start to decline. Exactly. So do you risk not having your WR1 there when you know that your quarterback is entering their sophomore season? You don't do that. Do I think that the Commanders at some point are going to figure this out and give him a new deal? Yeah. Will it happen this season? I don't know that for sure because, again, he still has another year on his deal left. All of these players, when they get down to the wire of the final year of their deal, they all want the teams to give up their money. I get it, but you don't have leverage anymore. You understand? NFL is different than NBA and NHL. Those and MLB even. Those contracts are guaranteed. They are going to get that money. Whether you trade them to another team and the other team has to give them that money, they're going to get that money. NFL is not the case at all. Yeah. So I understand bitching and complaining and being pissed off. As far as like wanting to get what your peers get paid, put up or shut up as far as I'm concerned. Put up the numbers where they feel like they have no choice but to pay you those kind of money, and you will get that money. As far as like Smooth, you was talking about, well, when they negotiate their deal, they should, request X amount of dollars. The market keeps changing. You understand? Like if a few years ago, a quarterback making $35 million was a lot of monkey ass money. But 5 years later, they're on their contract. 5 years later, a quarterback making 35 is on the lower end of the spectrum.
Like a bargain.
Exactly. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when these players sign their deals and they sign them at, let's say, 12.5, 14, $15 million, 5 years ago, that was a lot of monkey ass money. Now, 5 years later, the market is now 16, $17 million. Everybody wants to, how come you're not paying me 16, 17? One, what have you done to earn 16, 17? Two, 16, 17 is the market now. You still got another year left on this deal. Let's see what happens in this season, and then we can start talking about what we'll start paying you next season. But I need you to put up some numbers. I need you to get us to a playoff. I need us to win a playoff game. Then we can talk about what kind of numbers I'm going to put out there for you.
And you're right, NFL girl. It's all about timing. The
Bingo.
timing dictates everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well said. All right, Vio, what say you, sir, on the whole trade request from McLaurin and Mr. Micah Parsons?
I'm with Jerry.
You're with Jerry?
How many times are we gonna keep? I mean, let's keep it a buck. Somebody must have been talking to Jerry, because how many times are you gonna overpay players for when y'all that don't change the narrative of your team? You didn't did that for Zeke. You didn't did that for all these other players, and you got to set the line somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this is why y'all ain't went nowhere since the '96. You've been overpaying for players that have not changed the narrative because of people that's popular that y'all like. You know what I'm saying? Like NFL girl said, what are your playoff numbers? You asking for Aaron? Let's keep it a buck. You asking for Aaron Donald money?
Bingo.
You don't give me Aaron Donald production.
Did you win a Super Bowl with me?
I mean, I did one defensive player of the year.
Let's keep it a buck.
No.
That's the same goes for Terry McLaurin. You asking for 20 to 25 million. You're not an all-pro. You've never even been an all-pro one time.
These guys for like Jamar Chase money.
25 million is for a nigga that's made an all-pro team. So, and you have wide receiver 2 numbers. So you mean to tell me, and you at 28. So it's like Bill Walsh always said.
Oh, he's 29, Dio. He's actually
29.
older.
Oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, hey, like Bill Walsh said, get rid of them a year too early rather than a year too late.
You have to.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I agree with these things, but the reality is the Cowboys are going to overpay for Parsons, and the Washington Redskins are going to overpay for McLaurin, because ain't nobody going to trade for either one. So,
not now. They don't have the resources to.
Well, Dylan was saying that he wanted the Seahawks to trade for one of them.
That ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen, because you know how much you would have to give up to get that.
Especially for Micah, yeah.
This is like y'all both said, like Smooth NFL girl said, and this is part of the contract. But if you Micah Parsons, you shouldn't be butthurt if Jerry Jones says something like that in public, because that's the same shit y'all had in negotiations. That's what these meetings are. That's what they do. Yeah. I guarantee you, he's already told Micah Parsons that. You know what I mean? He ain't just telling the media that for the first time. That's already been discussed in these meetings. That's why we have a hard standstill. Is that you telling us why you want the money and why you worth it, and we giving you every reason on why we shouldn't. That's what these talks are. So Jerry is just giving you an honest of what was said. Right? Like that's what they probably told him.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at Jerry. So I'm 100% with Jerry, because like I was telling y'all earlier, this is a new NFL. The years of having dominant defensive players don't matter. Okay? You have to win the Super Bowl with great offensive players. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't Mike Singletary, Ronnie Lott, Lawrence Taylor days no more.
2000 Ravens, not like the 2000
Ravens. That's the last time.
The rules, the way the NFL make them geared to our offenses, they go way against the defenses. So even if you have a great defense, you still don't have much of a chance with the way the rules are geared. Because we got fantasy football, we got betting. They want points scored in the NFL. Period. Yeah. So for me to give a guy who has mediocre playoff stats, somewhat borderline distraction, 41 plus million, when I know I got to get other players on my team, right? It's a 53-man roster. You pay Michael Parsons 41%, Cowboy fans, I'm sorry for you. You'll be looking at another 20 years not going to the championship game. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure they've accepted
There'll be
that.
another. So somebody got to Jerry's dome and said, "Look, Jerry, you got to stop overpaying these players that are not changing the narrative of our team. Yes, we get a lot of coverage because of our name, but we're not. But we're losing because we're not winning. People are starting to turn a deaf ear to us now because we're not winning. We used to could win on reputation, same with the Cowboys, but now you got other teams like the Eagles who have stars, the 49ers who have beaten us 4 out of the last times in the last 2 years. You got Washington who's getting better. You got
Giants.
Minnesota, Detroit. You got those teams. So they're putting you they're putting you behind. You know what I mean?
In Green Bay, they came into your house and beat you.
So what you need to do, so what y'all need to stop doing is overpaying for these players and start drafting and developing. That's what they're gonna have to start doing. And I think he's probably understanding
and
that.
maximizing free agency.
You can get a stud pass rusher in the draft. You really can.
Yep.
You can what Micah Parsons is doing, you can get somebody in the draft that fits your defensive scheme and can get you those kind of numbers. To pay 41%. Look, I love the Steelers. Me and Smooth talked about that last week. But paying TJ Watt was kind of right because of the way their roster is, right? They got a lot of players that are win now, so that makes sense. But for you to pay Micah Parsons $41 million when you got young players coming up, CD Young, Dak, you have to pay Dak because you ain't gonna get no better quarterback than that. That was the best quarterback you are going to get. And who else? First of all, like NFL girl said, the quarterback market is high, and a lot of people don't want to go to Dallas.
Nah, right. They don't want to deal with Jerry Jones.
They don't want to go.
That part.
So Dak Prescott was the best. Dak Prescott likes being there. He's an exceptional young man. Even though I don't like the Cowboys as far as his character and young man, I love him to death. You know, because he goes through a lot of scrutiny and he handles it well. He really does. He handles it. The guy who lost his mother, lost his brother. You know what I mean? This guy went through some hardships. And from what I've seen, he's handled it is about as good as you can. Mm-hmm. So that to me deserved to have him paid. But Michael Parsons, he's only going to get older. You know what I'm saying? He's only going to get older.
Yeah.
So my opinion is I think the teams are doing right by holding on, but eventually they're going to crack.
Yeah.
And they're going to overpay these players, and that's why they're going to be in the same position they've been in the last 15 years, both Washington and Dallas.
The problem is instead of getting rid of them a year early, he waits every time, and then the market gets outpriced. That's why he overpays.
Bingo.
If you'd have paid Parsons 2 years ago, you could have paid him $21 million, and he wouldn't be saying nothing now. If you'd have paid CD Lamb 2 years ago, instead of waiting until all the other receivers get paid, then you got to pay top dollar. He does it every time. That's poor negotiations. You pay people early.
I can't blame him for CD Lamb because Minnesota just jacked the market.
But still,
so that ain't.
But understand what Smooth is saying, which is if you had gotten ahead of the market, then they can cry and bitch and complain. You just signed this deal 2 years ago.
Shit.
You understand? I paid you 25.5 2 years ago. I don't give a rat's ass that Minnesota now decided they're going to pay Justin Jefferson 35.2.
That's on you. Yeah, that's
exactly.
Yeah,
you signed this deal.
Yeah. I get it. But I mean,
y'all paid McCaffrey as soon as he got there. Y'all didn't wait till all the other on the best get paid.
Yeah.
Y'all paid Kittles.
Well, he's also an older player.
Yeah, but y'all paid Kittles. Y'all paid Kittles early. Y'all didn't wait till all
we jacked him around for a little bit.
Bit, but not.
Nick Bosa, we didn't pay. Look, we set the market for edge rusher with Nick Bosa when we gave him 34. We made his ass wait till week 1. Y'all remember? His ass.
Y'all don't wait like the Cowboys though.
You didn't wait. That's
y'all don't wait till everybody else get paid and then try to pay. Y'all don't
exactly.
The only guy they waited on was Michael Parsons.
Yeah, you might to Smooth's point. I agree. You might pay chicken a little bit.
They waited with Dak. This is the same shit they went through with Dak last year or the year before.
It was 2 years. No, last year.
Last year.
It was last year. We got the $60 million.
They waited till they had already paid Joe Burrow 55. They had already waited till, and that's why the market. There's no way you should be paying Dak monkey ass Prescott $60 million. Where is Dak Prescott worth $60 million?
But I think it's to your point, Vio, that
He's
but
working
Vio,
for the
to your point, that
Cowboys.
the one thing you said, Vio, that I agree with, I think what this is more about is Jerry Jones wants to be in the news, in the limelight. I think this is more or less what this is about. I don't think Jerry Jones I think he'll say that he wants to win a Super Bowl. Of course he will, because he's not going to say he's not. I don't believe Jerry Jones necessarily cares about that. I think he cares about this, the fact that we're talking about this bullshit and we're going to do this every fucking
I
year
just think
with
that
any marquee
somebody
player.
told him. I just think that somebody told him you cannot keep playing for these players that don't change the narrative. Like that's like I said. Look at Ezekiel Elliott. Everybody was crying.
Yeah, Zeke
for him
was
to
a bad.
pay
I mean,
Ezekiel
yeah.
Elliott. I remember everybody was crying. Oh, you pay Zeke. Oh, okay. And then they finally paid him. And then what
Right.
happened?
But
That was
once
a
again,
terrible
Fell
investment.
off.
He fell off a cliff.
once again, they
investment.
waited too long.
They waited too long.
No, it wasn't no way too. No, they didn't. Zeke was
Like
trash.
but see, he
If
waited
you
till
look
it
at
get down
Zeke's
to the
stats,
last
Zeke's
second.
stats,
To the last
his
second.
stats, Zeke was trash. Zeke's stats decline every year in the NFL.
But what
Every year.
what Jerry
Every year.
does
His
is,
stats decline every year in the NFL. If you
I
look up
agree.
Zeke, his
So why
stats,
he ain't let him walk then? He should let him walk if that's the case.
because you
That's
had
my
all these
pride.
people crying like
Yeah.
they cried with Michael Parsons.
But the thing
Pay
is,
Michael Parsons. Pay Michael Parsons. Man, fuck
a
him.
good owner.
I wouldn't pay that dude. I would not pay Michael. I would be like, fuck him. We get an edge rush in the draft, and you can go to Philadelphia or whatever, and they'll see.
So-
And usually, you know what? You know what I learned? When teams don't pay players, usually those players never go somewhere and be better. Very rare. Very, very, very rare. Like maybe DeMarcus Ware. And the only reason DeMarcus Ware won a Super Bowl is because he had Von Miller and Wade Phillips as your coordinator. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That makes a big
Broncos for
difference.
life.
You
The
know what I
problem
mean?
is though, man,
I
is
heard that
these
up, girl.
teams are continually to wait.
You
Most
remember
smart
Dez
teams.
Bryant? Dez Bryant tried that shit. I'm Jerry
But
Jones.
once
That was
again,
the
it's a
best
Dallas
thing Jerry
thing.
ever done. That was the best thing Jerry did. Jerry said, okay, fine, Jet. And Dez Bryant ain't been shit since he left the Cowboys. Trash.
But that's fine, yo. But what happens is, though, VO is he waits too long every time. He never get ahead of the curve. Not one time has he with these negotiations. It's drama always. You ain't gonna win with all this drama. You got drama when
He didn't have no drama with Trayvon Diggs. He didn't have no drama with Jake Ferguson. He signed them.
but those are not big
You can't
names.
tell me
though.
they don't need Jake Ferguson. Don't tell me they don't need Jake Ferguson. He was a big part of their offense last
But
year.
nobody will be talking about Jake Ferguson if he said he didn't pay him. They only talk about all these dudes that are hype dudes that are out here, and in Dallas is all about the biggest star. So Jake Ferguson would have flew under the radar. They would have never said nothing about that.
I think they knew how important he was. That's why he got signed right away. I don't think they could. I think they knew they couldn't afford to let him fly under the radar. You can get another pass rusher. I'm telling you.
I'm not disagreeing with you, man. But
I'm not gonna pay that guy no $42 million.
Jerry Jones likes keeping his players. That's the problem. He don't like letting a player that got drafted by Dallas walk. He don't like that.
Well, that's what I told y'all. But I told y'all what I feel. I feel like ultimately they're gonna overpay him.
Of course
They're gonna keep him. They're gonna keep him, and they're gonna overpay him.
Yep.
And they're gonna get the same shit.
So doing all this, what is he gaining by doing all this then?
This is Jerry's
talking about it.
This is Jerry's chance, y'all. Yo, this is Jerry's chance to say, you know what? I got some balls.
He's not going
to do that.
He's not going to do that. He's not going to.
I agree with you, Vio. This would be a perfect time, but he won't do it though.
He's not going to do that.
And the team would benefit so much better because then you open up that place to start, get new players, maybe get other free agents, get more depth.
Vio, I think
you're
operating under the assumption that Jerry Jones is trying to run a reputable and a proper organization. I don't think Jerry Jones cares about that.
If Jerry Jones was trying to run a proper organization, Jerry Jones was fine. Thank you. Smooth. Say it again, my brother.
Say it again, Smooth.
He would remove himself.
He would not be the fucking general manager.
He fired himself.
You can be the owner.
He'll fire himself.
You can be the owner, sign the checks, and have a general manager handle the day-to-day.
You could do a big press conference saying, as of today, I'm announcing that I'm firing myself.
A general manager would tell you, we gonna let this nigga walk.
Hey, VO, you know what?
Yes.
They're not going to win whether they sign him or don't sign him. So you might as well trade him. You ain't going to win either way. So what are you gaining by overpaying from Parsons? You're not going to win. He can't impact the game, like you said, in a manner that would cause you to win anything. So at this point, why don't you just trade him, and then you get all those assets. You can build your team.
Yeah.
Trade him to the Seahawks. That's what Dylan would want. Dylan wants that right now. So
exactly.
You remember the last guy that acted a damn fool like this? Jamal Adams.
Oh yeah, Jamal Adams is a waste of space.
Remember he was the
Yeah.
last dude. Remember he acted a plum fool. Went to Seattle and where we never heard from him.
I mean, he came to Tennessee for like last year for like a hot pocket second, and then then they got rid of his ass quick. So he wasn't there very long because he was complaining. He was complaining to Tennessee, "Oh, my role, like I don't know what your, I don't know what his."
He's similar to Micah Parsons in a way. They both like their attention. You know what I mean? Like they I don't know. I just don't like their distractions. That's the way for it. Distractions.
So Vio thinks that Micah Parsons is trash. That's the one headline I've taken from this so far, which is great. It's a great soundbite. I love it. I love the soundbite. Just like Vio last week was going off on Anthony Richardson, I died of laughter. It was epic. I love his Anthony Richardson rants.
Go off on Shannon Sharpe next.
Oh, no, don't worry. We'll get there.
We are getting
We're getting there. Don't worry. We're gonna get there. We can't do a lot to get there. But before we get there, I wanted to just touch base on the Cleveland Browns because I saw a thing apparently that they're going to trade one of their quarterbacks, which I think is personally hilarious because you have 4 quarterbacks on your roster and there's a rumor they're going to trade one of them. So I figured rather than just ask you guys your thoughts, I felt like we should play a little bit of a game. I think it's a little bit fun. I think this will be a little bit fun. So I'm going to go to Smooth first because I know me and Smooth talked about this. So out of the 4 quarterbacks, which quarterback do you think will be traded and why? So I'm going to go around the room, but I'm going to go to Smooth first. So Smooth, what say you? Which quarterback out of the 4 do you think will be traded and why?
So out of the 4, Kenny Pickett is hurt, so he won't be traded.
Okay.
Because he's hurt. Nobody wants him, right?
I don't think anyone wanted him if he was healthy, but
they like him the most too, though.
Yeah. Out of the 4, I think Joe Flacco is going to start.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the 4, I think Shador gets traded before any of them, right? Because the owner didn't want to draft him anyway, right? He said that wasn't my choice. So they wanted nothing to do with Shador, but he was there in the 5th round, and they just took him. So he was content with Dylan Gabriel. As Vio said last week, Dylan Gabriel been in better situations than Shador. He played better competition than Shador. And when you look at Shador, he's not an athlete like Travis Hunter, right? Travis Hunter could have went anywhere as a 5-star athlete when he came out of college. He chose to go with Dion. When Shador came out of high school, he wasn't no 5-star. He didn't have all these offers. He just had the backing of his father and been put in good situations for him to be successful. Planning that conference that he played in, where was the elite competition? When Dylan Gabriel was in, playing with Oklahoma and doing his thing, playing against competition, and put in stressful situations. Now, the only stressful situation that Shador got put in is he didn't have a great offensive line. He was running for his life. But when you try to put him up there and he's talking to Cam Ward like he's this and he's that, Cam Ward was the number 1 pick. You went in the 5th round. So why was you doing all that talking when y'all bringing up the guy? You should have been humble, put your head down, and worked. So he doesn't need the money because he comes from a family that has money.
And he got his NIL money too.
Yeah.
So
and if you want to play football, you need to put your head down. And even I saw a picture of him in the camp. He stepped out and took pictures with the kids. He's talking about everybody put their hand on him. You still let that go, man. You're not that guy no more. That was that college stuff and that high school stuff when you was the big man on campus. You're not the big man on campus. You're a 5th round draft pick, 4th on the depth chart. Get your head in the playbooks and learn how to play football on a national level.
And actually, Smooth, I'll concede one point. I actually agree with you on one point, the competition, because the year he got to Colorado, that was when the Pac-12 was still there. And safe to say they didn't play that well. It wasn't until they merged with the Big 12. He actually won they played better.
That's a good point. That's a damn good point.
I'll agree with you on that point, the competition piece. So who wants to go next? NFL girl or VOD? Who wants to pick? Who wants to be GM for the next segment of who's going to trade the Cleveland Browns quarterback?
I would even trade him. I cut him.
You cut who? Who are you cutting, Vio?
Shador.
You're cutting Shador.
But see, hey Vio, you can't change the topic though, man. We said which one would you trade?
Yeah, you gotta trade. You can't.
All right. I'll trade him. I'll trade his ass to the New Orleans Saints or somewhere. Give me a compensatory pick.
Compensatory pick. Like
compensatory pick. Yeah, anything. Whatever you want to give me. A rack of footballs. You know what I mean?
What kind of football are you talking about, yo? You gotta talk about high quality football.
What's that new Nike boot that you can wear for recovery? You know that new Nike boot? Yeah, give me some of those, pair of those. You can have this nigga, man.
You crazy, Vio.
You say
I don't like people who bring distractions. I don't like me type of motherfuckers. They get on my nerves.
I feel you.
That's the best way for me to not like you. Like this, all this shit and all this, man. Fuck out of here, man.
I think the football piece, the trade for a bag of footballs.
For me, I like guys to do that if they're really good.
Yeah.
Like really good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
And if
like
you
like if
winning.
you're really good.
And you winning.
Like,
Talk your shit, then
know
you
what
can
I
talk
mean?
your shit. I
Yeah,
agree
like
with that,
that's different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Justin Jefferson, he's really good. So you know
Yes.
what? I don't mind him gritting. You know what I mean? Because that guy is really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can show out and talk some shit.
I agree.
But like you know, like you said, you just known off your dad. You was okay. Like they're not even talking about the right Colorado person. The one who they should be talking about is Horn,
Travis.
the receiver.
Oh, Horn, yes, yeah.
He's cut up in Carolina.
In Carolina, yeah. I heard that too.
I heard he's destroying every DB they put out there.
Yeah, I did hear that
You know
too.
what I'm saying? So they're not even talking about that. They talking about this guy. He's gonna play. There's a reason. Look, and like I said, like I told Smooth last week, we talked. When you say you're not interviewing with nobody, you already fucked yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
You especially when you're not that dude, you're not him.
Thought too highly of yourself.
Yeah, you're not him. You know what I'm saying? You're not him. You know, like Ace, like we were saying, Ace Bailey could do that. He's a top 5 talent. You are maybe the 20th best quarterback. if we being nice, we being nice.
Are you
Like
saying that
the Alamo Bowl should have told you everything you need to know about Shedeur Sanders.
So VO, real quick, you talking about the 20th quarterback that came out in the draft, or just the 20th quarterback? Like,
I don't know, man. Just
He's just
anywhere.
picking a random number.
Whatever I'm saying, yeah, random number. Anywhere.
I was trying to understand, man.
He's
clarity is important.
He's at the bottom of any ranking. Is bottom.
He's the bottom of any ranking.
Not on the top half.
Okay.
I just think Dylan Gabriel's better. He's had better coaching. He's played in better games, better situations. He's played in better programs at Oklahoma, Kansas State, and Oregon. He didn't play at no Jackson State. Like you said, Colorado would have watered down Pac-12. You know what I mean? He didn't do any of that. You know what I'm saying? So
the swag,
and they like the kid. And I'm sure. And what I'm hearing about like what they like about Gabriel is his mental process of the plays. Like he's getting stuff like really quickly. That's why he's in the league. But they like Pickett because of his experience too. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying he's one of the ones they like a lot. But Shedeur ain't even nowhere in the conversation. And what makes me mad is like people like him. You got these social media people that just think they know the sport. That just Cleveland's they doing Shedeur wrong. No, they not. You do not know football. He sucks. You understand? On the NFL level, he sucks. He is as good as a third grade. He's not a starter. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like if Joe Flacco wasn't so old, you know what I'm saying? I would say trade him.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't even think Joe Flacco gonna make it. But you need Joe Flacco for the.
You need Joe Flacco. I agree with that.
But I would say trade his ass to the Saints.
For a hot pocket and some footballs.
Basically. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of another team that could use a quarterback. The Saints. Who else? The Saints is desperate for a quarterback.
Saints are drafting a quarterback next year for sure.
Sure.
Anyway,
maybe that might be a better team for him.
Right.
That might be even a better team for Shedeur. You know, like that division is not as tough. You know what I mean? The NFC South, you know, you got other young quarterbacks, Bryce Young.
But don't they still got Rattler there?
They still got Rattler.
Ratliff, yeah.
If he can't beat Spencer Rattler, then why are we talking about Shedeur Sanders? For real. If you can't beat Spencer Rattler, then we don't even need to be mentioning this. This needs to be the last day we talk about Shedeur Sanders.
Listen, I remember when we first met on halftime, and this was around the time when Spencer Rattler was at Oklahoma, and I think we all watched the game, and he just played such shit. We were just ripping on him for the whole game. How bad he was, because he was bad. He was awful.
You know who's worse than him? Who's worse than him?
Who?
The guy from Cincinnati. He's terrible.
Which guy?
Oh my God. What's the guy name from Cincinnati?
Oh, were you talking about Riddler?
Desmond
Riddler?
Yeah,
Desmond Riddler. I had high hopes for him. He was awful.
He was awful.
Yeah, he was awful.
He is the worst.
Awful in Atlanta.
Y'all get my face, everybody. Look. He is the worst quarterback in the National Football League.
I don't think he's in the National
By far.
Football League anymore, though. I don't
Oh, you're
think
not?
so.
Okay, good.
I don't
Good.
think so. No, I think they got
He
released.
is the worst. He is the worst quarterback. I sat there and watched them when they played. I think it was that Monday night game when they played Atlanta or somebody. He was absolutely terrible. That's why I wanted Antonio Pierce fired. I said, you know what? You need to be fired. If you say this guy's a starter, you need, and you know what they did?
They did fire him.
They did fire him
Yeah,
because you know what?
yeah.
But the crazy thing
I don't
is-
know who you convinced to bring this kid in here.
But he
did
got
you
drafted
fool?
by Atlanta. He got drafted by Atlanta and was started for
Man,
Atlanta. He looked,
and
I
Atlanta-
told all these
Atlanta
Atlanta
didn't
fans, I
waste no
said, he's
time.
awful. He's awful.
Atlanta didn't waste no time. Atlanta said,
Bye. Yeah.
They let him start though, VO. They
They
let
did.
him start, and he was awful.
Awful.
I'm
He was
like,
bad.
y'all want this guy?
He was bad.
I saw a guy with
how did he
his
win games in
jersey on.
Cincinnati? Did he win games? Wasn't he?
He did.
How?
He took him to the college football playoffs.
How?
So
Yeah, he did take him to the playoffs.
How?
I don't know.
How?
Because when they played
College
Alabama,
football.
I watched
College
that game.
football.
Like I watched them when they
And
played
got mollywopped
by
Good
Alabama.
God.
I watched. Oh my God, Alabama was just disrespectful because that defensive line that Cincinnati had was so small, and those big ass offensive linemen at Alabama, they didn't stand the snowball. They just ran the ball. They said, "We're just going to run the ball on you guys. You're not going to do anything."
Just Desmond Ritter's still in the NFL. He's with.
Oh, he's in the. Oh, sorry, he's in the NFL.
He's with the Bengals.
Is?
Right?
Hey, Bengals!
He loves Cincinnati. He loves
Oh.
Cincinnati.
Hey, he's hometown.
And Cincinnati love him. So
Cincinnati loves him. There you go. So NFL
There you
girl,
go.
sorry.
Man,
So what say you,
they
NFL girl?
better hope Joe Burrow don't get hurt.
Oh
They better
no!
hope.
Yeah.
Hey, they're gonna keep him upright.
Yeah.
So, NFL girl, what
Yeah.
say you? Who are you gonna trade out of the Cleveland carousel?
I see y'all. Everybody's voting for Shador. My pick is Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett
Damn.
gotta go.
Kenny Pickett gotta go?
He gotta go. First of all, y'all not paying shit for them rookies. Shador was drafted in a what? What round did he go in?
Fifth.
Fourth?
Fifth
Fifth?
round.
Okay,
It was the fifth
round. All right. So you're and Dylan Gabriel went in like the third round. That being said, they ain't making shit. So they're not costing you anything to be there. You can spend time, develop them, see what they turn into. If neither one pans out, you can get rid of them for, like you said, a bag of donuts, a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi, a king cake, if you're going to New Orleans or whatever.
Some beignets. Hey, some beignets.
Yeah, take
Some
beignets and
Starbucks.
fire.
And a king cake.
Side note, king
King cake.
right?
Is king cake nice?
King cake is delicious.
Oh, king cake is.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frappuccino. from Starbucks.
Hey, listen, crawfish boil, whatever the case you want to trade him for in like a couple years or whatever, that's fine. But Kenny Pickett is a veteran, and Kenny Pickett has not improved. That's why the Steelers was more than happy to get rid of his ass. You understand? So remember when it was going to be that Pickett to Pickens? This is the future
Yes.
of the NFL.
I remember.
How'd that work out? Is either one of them in Pittsburgh right now?
They are not.
No, they're not.
Neither one of them.
I do not think that Pickett is of value to you. You understand? Everybody, I'm like you guys. I love Joe Flacco. I hope something works out for him, whether that's being somebody's backup or whatever the case is. Please hang on to Joe Flacco because there's still something there. Even if he can only play 3 solid games or whatever, and then he might have to rest for a bit or whatever. You get something out of him. I'm just saying, come on now.
He's 40.
Damn near our age. He's damn near our age. So
He's our age. Well, it's my age.
and so don't do that. And the whole point is that so unnecessary. The whole point is that he still has something there of value. You understand? He has a veteran presence. He's actually won a Super Bowl previously. He can tell y'all this is what it's like to reach the mountaintop or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like he brings a value, whether that's on the field or in the quarterback room. So you get something of value out of him. Kenny Pickett, I don't feel like it. The rookies, like I just said, discussed with y'all, I feel like Gabriel and Shador, maybe Shador, I ain't even know, maybe. Neither Shador, I'm be honest with you, neither Shador or Shiloh are going to make it at all. I've already seen, they were just showing Shiloh the other day in training camp and with the Bucks. Homeboy may not make it at all.
He's getting cooked.
Small.
Woo, he is not going to make
And
it.
in fairness, he was kind of slow at Colorado anyway.
He's small.
And he's
When
small.
you that small, you gotta be fast.
And
And
he's
he's
not
not.
very fast.
He's
You
not.
understand? Like that's why he didn't
He
get drafted
old.
in the first place. And
He
so
old, too.
that's what I'm saying.
Still
I don't
old,
honestly don't. And it may sound like I'm being
No.
kind of cold towards Shador and Shiloh. I just don't see what other people see other than they daddy was great. But that's the daddy.
That's
You know,
but I think to your point,
Exactly.
I think you answered your own question why they got all this
right,
hype and why people are
It's
drafting them.
annoying in a way. It's annoying in a way because it's like
right,
there's
I
other
agree.
people that deserve more attention, and they're
right.
not getting it
And
because of these. You know what I mean? Like that's the part
and
that
that's
kind of
why I
burns
said,
me
like,
up.
I do see, Dylan Gabriel being able to do something, whether that's there in Cleveland or whether that's being traded somewhere else in the future. But I think like you hold on to them because there's something there. Kenny Pickett does not add value. He is a veteran QB that didn't do shit in Pittsburgh, that had his opportunity. He never improved. He never did anything that made me think that, oh, wow, this kid is going to really be something in the NFL. And so, therefore, I feel like he's not a loss if you trade him.
You gotta remember they still got Deshaun Watson.
Oh,
Exactly.
well, I didn't want to include him in this because I
No,
assume
he
that,
is
But
included
they
because that
can't.
contract
He's not
ain't
tradable.
but
going
he's not
nowhere.
tradable.
He's not
That's why I didn't
tradable.
include him.
We don't count him
So
because
it
he's not tradable.
it might be two of them.
Right.
Shit, they might trade two. They might trade
Hell,
two.
they might have to trade everybody, but whoever's going to be
Just trade him.
Bama's backup.
Just keep yeah, there you go. I mean, for me, I mean, to y'all made really compelling points. I mean, even with Shador, I kind of felt like, I think when we said after the draft, we were kind of hoping that he would just put his head down to Smooth's point, get in the playbook, focus on that.
Yep.
But I just feel like he's more dialed into the distraction shit, like he's already made it instead of just, and that's kind of frustrating for me because even in Colorado, like, yeah, he put up numbers, but the one thing with Shador that I did not like compared to like Cam Ward is he held on to the ball way too long. And he took way too many sacks because he was trying to do hero ball
You
shit.
got the
Rather
Willis
than
disease.
get rid of the ball or do a check down. No, he's trying to hold the ball. And then he got to Smooth's point. He got killed.
Taylor Williams
He's trying,
disease.
right. He's trying to look for the deep
Highlight.
pass. He wait for
Exactly.
wait for Travis to get open. Travis
Exactly.
is in triple coverage, my
Thank
dude.
you.
Let it go.
Throw it
Do
away.
the underneath pass
Hey,
or throw it
Or
away.
run out of
There you
bounds.
go.
No,
Exactly.
you're
See,
holding
when
Run
you're
out
in
of
the
bounds.
NFL, look, see, he
Right.
needs to learn. See, his dad
He's
is
not an
not smart.
athlete, so that's
Look,
why.
his dad
Thank
is
you,
not
Smooth.
smart.
That made it
His
worse.
dad is
Yeah.
his dad is not smart. His dad should have told him, look, you not like me, right? Like I was a
Right.
top 2 pick, right? But you know what we should do? We should still go to the draft. We should still be in the green room. That would have said a lot right there. That would have said because that would have told
You should have
everybody
still. Yeah.
I'm expecting to be drafted. I think I'm good enough. I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm here.
He should have
I'm here.
thrown. He shouldn't have waited till his.
You want to throw a rap concert, my nigga?
Yeah.
You
He
throw
should
a
What?
rap
have.
He was
concert
doing a rap
party at your
concert.
house.
But VO, to that point,
On
he
his-
should have
on
thrown.
his Twitch.
He should have thrown at the combine. He should have thrown as much as he could to let everybody see that he was an NFL quarterback.
And
You
interview
at
He
the-
tried
you
to
at
do
the
what
combine,
he tried to do
like
what
you-
his daddy did back in the day.
Which
But
is
you're not
not
an
his
athlete
daddy-
though. He's not
Because
an
his
athlete.
daddy came, ran the
That
40
part.
and left, and that was it.
And to
But
your point,
again, like you said, he's not his daddy.
dad. And your dad had
Period.
built enough cachet to do that.
Exactly.
Your dad was your dad won the Thorpe Award, was an
Right.
All-American, was a great player,
His
two-sport
dad went to
athlete.
Florida State, a
Thank
big
you.
time school.
And your dad, and to your
Exactly.
point,
Jackson State.
your dad had
Exactly.
earned that right to do that. You had not done anything enough to warrant that.
Man, he digged his own hole.
Exactly.
He digged his own hole, and I don't have no sympathy for you.
Now, at this point, I could see Cleveland starting him still. I could see them starting Shador just for ticket sales, just to see who could see him, because I think they're more concerned about that at this point.
And
I mean,
and
who
I think Dylan Gabriel, he got a wife. He's
Yeah.
grounded. He's
One more
more
trade,
got
yeah.
his shit together, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure he look. You know what? That was the best. I actually like what Cleveland did by bringing Shador in, because you know what? What it does is, I bet you if Dylan Gabriel's the kind of dude that I think he is in competitor, he probably thinking like, yeah, they brought this motherfucker in here.
Yeah, he's
You know
not
what I
getting
mean?
my job.
Like, all right,
He's not
like, he
getting my
ain't played
job,
in no
yeah.
competition. Let me go ahead and get this job.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what
I
I mean?
agree.
Let me go ahead and throw this job up and show these people I didn't play at elite Kansas State, Oregon, Oklahoma. I didn't play for elite programs.
You know what's smooth? Veal, to your point, maybe because let's say if they drafted him and they didn't draft another quarterback, maybe he would have gotten he would have learned, but he may have gotten a little bit complacent. Maybe wouldn't have put as much work in, but now he sees, they drafted another guy 2 rounds after.
With a lot of distraction, with a lot of mouth, with a lot of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is your opportunity to shut his ass up and have his ass back 4th or 5th on the depth chart. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Right.
I agree with that. I definitely. Go on.
We know that I believe that Deshaun Watson's contract is, what is it? Another year or 2 years?
A year. I think a year.
Okay.
I think another year they restructured it.
Right. So what you're doing is you are setting Dylan Gabriel up for, he could potentially become the future once they can finally sever ties with Deshaun Watson.
Right.
You understand? And the reason you hang on to Shador is because Shador is young too. Because keep in mind, the same thing with Flacco. Flacco maybe has 2 years tops in him. That's why you hang on to the rookies. I don't see Kenny Pickett being the answer for them. You understand? Like, do you want to continue to keep being that jackass team that keeps bringing in quarterbacks in the year 2074? Or do we finally try
to... They probably will.
They will. I
ain't with NFL girl saying. I definitely hear what she's saying. I'm just, me, I'm going to be devil's advocate. Kenny Pickett can be like, well, shit, what about when I played in Philly? I came in for Jalen Hurts and did pretty damn good, if I may say.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And won the game. You know, he might be thinking I learned a lot last year.
You got a little pep in his step right now?
I didn't learn. That's his argument, right?
He got a little swag now.
Okay. Yeah, he could be like, hey, I learned a lot in Philadelphia, what I didn't learn in Pittsburgh. You know, I'm a different quarterback.
I mean, he could be like, hey, I got a Super Bowl ring.
Hey, show off the ring.
Yeah.
Right.
That's instead of the whole watch, they could just do this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, the only reason I ain't say Pickett is because he hurt. Right?
I know.
I know what you're saying. I was thinking Pickett. I would probably trade Pickett just because I think you could get maybe something for him. I don't know what you would get for.
That's what I'm saying. Also, for Dylan Gabriel and for Shador, you're
getting hot pockets and you're getting rotten helmets and all that. You're not getting.
I bet you New Orleans will take Shador or what they got now.
Well, they said that they said that the coach for New Orleans, of course, we know who he is.
We do.
Because Kenny Pickett was in Philly last year, that he would trade for him. So Kenny Pickett might be an answer for them.
Yeah, Kellen Moore, that might be a good that might be a good fit. And he might do well. Saints. But because New Orleans got some good little pieces like Raheem Shaheed and what's his name? Olave and you know what I'm saying? They're nice.
Olave stay hurt though, man.
Yeah, he's still nice though.
He's nice when he's healthy. He just being healthy is few and far between.
He wasn't hurt when he played against me in fantasy. He tore my ass up. You ain't gonna hear me say nothing about Chris Olave. I ain't saying nothing bad about Chris Olave.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna tell you, Chris Olave and Romeo Dobbs. You'll never hear me say nothing bad about those two guys ever.
Okay, but Anthony Richardson and Shador Sanders is fair game for you.
You know what? That's another.
You heard what he said last week.
Oh, I heard what he read. He went off on Anthony Richardson. I thought he had a vendetta.
He trash, dog. Dude,
he was trash in Florida.
I purposely did that just to get Vio triggered. I wanted to hear him say that Anthony Richardson's trash.
Anthony Richardson was trash in fucking Florida.
He was.
He was a dude that should have never.
Who thought he was gonna work out in the NFL?
Chris Ballard.
Watched this.
Chris Ballard did.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on him. Do not get me started. I watched him play with the Florida Gators. I'm an SEC girl, right?
I'm not saying you're not wrong.
How many fucking games I done watched this dude for over the last few years?
I am not disagreeing. NFL girl, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Don't get me started. We're getting sidetracked.
Let's talk about Shannon Sharpe.
He was terrible in Florida, and I remember. I watched one game with him, and he couldn't throw the ball at all. So how the hell do he get picked by?
He almost like
because he was a run first quarterback, and when he was healthy, and he could run, the kid was good, decent, mediocre, fair.
Mediocre.
Fair.
Let's be mediocre.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as the passing game. When they would rush the line and he couldn't escape, couldn't run the ball. Oh my God, he was trash. He could not get the ball down the field.
And I just don't understand how Anthony Richardson can come to the league and say that the NFL is easy when you struggled in college.
Exactly. And so then he gets so when he got drafted as high as he did, I was like, what in the holy fuck is happening here? What is wrong with Indy?
I know you didn't say that. I know he didn't say that.
Oh, he did say that. He said that NFL girl. He said that NFL is easy. I'm like, you lost your mind. You're barely.
He said the game moves slower.
That was preseason though. Until he got to that regular season, he could hit the side of a barn.
This is the same nigga. Weeks down the line. Yeah, I was tired.
Yeah, he tapped out. Didn't know Moss. So you can't do that, bro. You can't say the NFL is easy. You can't say the NFL is easy, then you're tapping out of a game because you're tired.
But if you stay in the pocket instead of running all around, you wouldn't be tired.
That part.
Stay in the pocket and deliver the ball. That's what you got to do. That's what the quarterback does.
They can't.
That was never his game. That's not his game.
It never will be.
It
won't. Exactly.
Although, according to the internet, he's doing so well in preseason now. So
okay, they said that last year.
I know they said the same
last year.
Of course, it's like Ben Simmons
and the year before.
It's like when Ben Simmons starts making jumpers. Everyone's like, "Oh, Ben Simmons got a jump shot."
Daniel Jones.
This is the year. Healthy.
No, okay.
Daniel Jones will be the starting quarterback for Indianapolis.
Oh God,
he's gonna have a good season.
I don't. He might have a Sam Darnold type of situation
Man,
in Indy.
he
Maybe I
got a
don't know.
shitload of weapons, dog. He got so many weapons. It's hard for him not to succeed. Like whatever quarterback gets in that system is gonna have like should
I
have
hope
a
so.
I hope
monstrous year.
so. We'll see. We'll see what
I don't
happens.
root against. I'm not rooting against Daniel Jones. He just was in a
Danny
terrible
Dimes?
situation. Danny Pennies. Let's get it straight.
Danny Pennies.
That's it. Come on, don't do that. That's
Hey,
do you understand what I'm saying?
That
Like,
was his nickname. I'm just calling it his nickname.
I called him Danny Pennies.
You were calling him Danny Nichols at one point.
Now
It's Danny Pennies.
He's Danny Pennies. I'm sorry,
Damn.
he got downgraded. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh damn.
Did you see him
I did see him. No, he was awful. He was terrible. I know. I'm not
Ooh,
disagreeing with you at all.
Jesus.
He was bad. Maybe, like I said, he can have a reserved in year like
Okay,
Sam
keep
Darnold
hope
did.
alive. I'm not Jesse Jackson over here. I ain't keeping
We'll
my
see what-
hope
we'll see what
alive on
happens.
him.
Well, we'll quickly dive into Mr. Shannon Sharpe. So Shannon, I don't know. I saw his little 2-minute little spiel about his brother being Hall of Fame, and then the whole situation of getting fired from ESPN, which was like the nothing burger because everyone knew he wasn't going back to ESPN. I'll get
They
your guys
parted ways.
parted ways. Okay.
He did not get fired.
Sorry,
They
parted ways. Hey, we're a reputable podcast, so he parted ways from ESPN, so we'll get that right.
There you go.
All right, so let's chime in on that. So, NFL girl, what are your thoughts on the whole situation with him and ESPN? And what were your thoughts, man? I want to know I'll ask everyone this. What were your thoughts on his issue with the fact that it was brought up before the fact that his brother was being inducted in the Hall of Fame, and that was his problem?
Well, he said that he's going to talk about it tomorrow. On Monday, he said he will dive further into exactly dive
Cannot
further
wait.
into, but he didn't want to, distract from the whole situation with Sterling getting inducted
Correct.
into the Hall of Fame. I understand why he decided that he didn't want to get into all the details and everything.
Sure.
That being said, homeboy, stop fucking 20-year-olds. Let's just start there. I think I already had this discussion
19. Is
previously.
she 20 or 19 now?
She's 20 now.
There
I
you go.
think she might be 20 or 21 now, even.
Oh, I
But
guess
she was
happy belated
19.
birthday to her.
Exactly, but she was 19 at the time, and I don't date women my old age. I don't date men my own age, but you know what I don't do? I don't date 19-year-olds either. You understand? You running the risk of, especially, and I'm not a celebrity. When you're a celebrity, we've had this discussion. When you're a celebrity, there's more eyeballs on you. You can say whatever the fuck you want about Tony Busby and Tony Busby targeting
Black people,
wealthy black men or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, don't give Tony Busby a reason to pay attention to you. Do you understand? If y'all know about Tony Busby and the whole situation with Deshaun Watson, that means you already have an example of this man gets down in the mud. He don't got a problem getting dirty. Don't give Tony Busby a reason to even turn his attention to you. As far as why ESPN parted companies, what choice did they have in the situation? You understand? Like, you settled a sexual assault lawsuit. And I've explained to you guys why you settle lawsuits. I explained this to you, Big Mike, off air or whatever.
Mhm.
Just so everybody understands. The reason you settle a lawsuit is not about guilt or innocence. It all has to do with discovery. When you go to court, when you are being sued, there's such a thing as discovery, where all your emails, your text messages, your videos, your phone calls, all of that shit is turned into the court as evidence. And therefore, anything that is in your text messages, the videos on your phone, your emails, anything that you have to prove your innocence or guilt is going to come out in court. They're going to see salacious emails. They're going to see some pretty vulgar, disgusting text messages. They're going to see the videos that you have recorded, because Shannon even admitted, they're going to release 30 seconds of this video that's going to make me look like I'm bad. Nigga, what the fuck is you recording to begin with that you got to worry about 30 seconds of video? What the fuck? Maybe don't have that shit on your phone if you're a celebrity, you jackass. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not, people settle not necessarily because they think they're going to be found, I'm sorry.
Guilty or innocent.
It's not guilt or innocence.
Right.
And it's liable. You don't want to be found liable in court because it's the discovery phase. This is why I told you, as far as the NFL, why did they settle with Eric Reed and Colin Kaepernick? It's because they knew in the discovery phase, all of their email exchanges, all of their text messages, anything where they were saying negative things about Cap and the attention he was negative attention they thought he was bringing to the league was going to be out there for the public to scrutinize. And what kind of things would that happen as far as what the players would have thought of them, what the fans would have thought of them. So this is the same situation with the situation with Shannon. Shannon had no choice but to settle because the things that would have came out in Discovery, because he was already partway admitting that, yeah, I like freaky shit. I like kinky shit. I'm into BDSM. And I like doing it with really, really young girls. They were going to see things that people may not have been prepared for. And would people still support you if they found out what kind of a nasty ass 56-year-old freak your ass is with a damn little 19-year-old girl that's younger than your damn daughter? You understand what I'm saying? Boy.
There's Amber Alerts.
Yeah.
See, look at, as you're talking about young girls, I got an Amber Alert going off on the podcast.
Oh, Shannon Sharpe must be in your neighborhood.
Amber Alert.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Great timing, B.O. Good job there.
Nikki
That was
husband must be
perfect.
around.
That was perfect.
That was so perfect.
Absolutely making that into a short. That definitely doing that as a short.
So yeah, it's not. It has nothing to do. Yeah, it has nothing to do with libel. I'm sorry about what. Yeah, whether you're found liable or not, it absolutely has to do with nobody wants that kind of information out there. So you hurry up and settle real quick before all that stuff gets out there. That's the that's the absolute smartest thing to do. It sucks because of course the public now is going to think you're guilty. Is going to think, or at least surmise that you are guilty of all the freaky ass shit that you were being accused of. But rather that than them actually see the levels of freakdom that you are really, really guilty of. Because I guarantee whatever it was that he's covering, as far as the videos, as far as the emails, as far as his text messages, were so much worse.
Fair enough. Okay. Smooth, what say you? I know you. What are your thoughts on shit? On the snow bunny bandit right there?
So once again, the Snow Bunny got $50 million. So because you like only fan girls, you're willing to risk $50 million. How does that make any sense? But you try to give advice to people. How can you give advice to anyone when you just spent $50 million on an OnlyFans 19-year-old girl? Because you couldn't resist. I saw when she got on there, like, you know, she was doing a video. She said, "Thank you, I'm retiring from OnlyFans."
Yes.
But then they showed her another video when she was like, "For $1,500, I'll show you taking my panties off." So that's the kind of woman you wanted to be with. And because you got with her, it cost you $50 million. At 56 years old, brother, your kids are older than her. Like, what are you thinking about? But you're still on your Shay podcast, interviewing people on air with after midnight or whatever you call it, and you're still trying to give advice. How can you be a hypocrite like that when you just had to spend $50 million and you lost $150 million contract because of that mistake? But you're still trying to have interviews. If I go on your show, I would feel kind of leery with you trying to interview me because your name is really out there, and now you have another allegation coming up. When people see blood in the water, they're gonna come after you.
Yeah.
So it's gonna start snowballing, and eventually you're not gonna have these podcasts and stuff like that because of one thing you couldn't resist: an OnlyFans girl. Like, come on, brother. When you talk about how your grandmother gave you all these things, these quotes and stuff like that, why you ain't relate to that when that 19-year-old was at the gym with you? I'm pretty sure if you told your brother this, Sterling Sharpe would have said, "What the hell are you doing?" Because you ain't never heard Sterling Sharpe in anything. And Sterling Sharpe is probably married. All those people came to your show, Monique and Kat. Get somebody your own damn age, man. Stop running after all these young girls. You didn't listen, and it cost you $50 million.
I'll chime in at the BO of what's your thoughts on the Shannon Sharpe shit? What's your thoughts on that?
Look, man. Oh, girl retired. She
retired, had her jersey in the rafters.
Yeah,
the jersey.
Girl retired. Shannon got fired. ESPN at 5, baby. That's what I'm gonna say. ESPN at 5. Look, man, you're a dummy, dog. You didn't just fumble. Look, man, you didn't just fumble the $50 million. You fumbled the ESPN paper.
That part.
Yep.
You fumbled that too. Like, you got strip sack fumbled.
Yes.
You got strip sack fumble and run back for a touchdown.
Yeah, you got fumbled. You got fumbled all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, look, first of all, this I'm gonna say this, I ain't gonna say much on it. I said I wanted
Yeah.
to rant, but this time I'm gonna say, look, first of all, you need to go hide under a rock. You don't need to be talking about tomorrow, I'm gonna discuss it. Don't nobody you got fired on Friday. Don't nobody want to hear about your Friday fuck up on Monday.
Yep.
That
We
part.
don't
Yeah.
care. You don't
Yeah.
work for nobody. You don't need no public announcement. We don't need to hear shit from you.
That
You
part.
should be trying to hide somewhere. If anything, we should know where you at. You should, to be honest with you, you know what? I know it's mean, and I know people said it, you really shouldn't even showed up to your brother's shit. You really shouldn't have. I think I honestly I really think you shouldn't have. Just because you talk about they released it ahead of your brother's
Yeah.
well, motherfucker, you did it. You know what
It's
I
on
mean?
you.
You did it. You knew what kind of shit. You knew how you was rolling. You knew that you was Sterling Sharp's brother. You knew that if anything come out were related, it's gonna tie to him. Like you ain't just out there. That's one thing my mom always said. When you go out there, you're not just representing yourself. You representing everybody. You
Hmm.
representing your family. You
Facts.
represent because the first person that see you act a goddamn fool, they're gonna ask, well, who raised you? Who raised that person?
Yeah.
Right.
Gonna tie back to you know what I mean? So you represent more than one person. And he should have understood that. You represent your brother. Like anything that happened to you, when your brother gets interviewed, they're gonna ask him about this shit. You put him
Yeah.
Exactly.
in an awkward spot.
Yeah, and to your point,
Like,
Vo, you don't get to Shannon. You don't get to decide when it gets released. The
yeah,
news. That's
you
not
you
how
you need
you
to be
felt like
gone.
you were in control. That you're not, bro. Like that's not how this
Let,
works.
let us decide if you should have showed up or not. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Let us be the victims and say that you should have been there or not. You should have just never showed up
Yeah.
because you showing up took away from Sterling's accomplice. It
Facts.
took Sterling waited so long and deserved to be in there
He's been
so much
exactly.
long
Thank
ago.
you.
And because you're such a dummy, you
Distraction.
overshadowed all of that. You should have had enough sense to think about, you know what? I cost this man all this shine. I won't even show up. He deserves all of this. They don't even need to see me.
Hmm.
I'll see him in private. You know what I mean? We'll do this in private together, you know, like or somewhere off camera. Like
Yeah.
he don't need this kind of but you're so stupid. You get on there and put it on there and in front of the camera. Yeah, and I'll address it on Monday. You still don't get it. You still don't fucking get it. You know what I mean? You acted like a clout chasing kid, bro. You
Yep.
still don't talking about you gonna announce it on Monday. You're not a celebrity. Don't nobody care about Club Shay Shay no more.
No.
You know what I mean? You don't nobody care. You got popular from sports, not because you was a popular interview or somebody like that. So
You
to me,
parlayed it to your point. Yeah, I
I
agree.
just feel like there's some people that are like 57 years old. I feel like no matter how some people, no matter how old they get, they just gonna be dumb. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You say you get older, you're supposed to learn. Some people
Yeah.
are just dumb, and I think he's one of them.
Yeah, to your point, Smooth, I agree with you. Like, I don't like the fact that Shannon's still doing his fucking show, giving advice, because you're in no position to give advice considering your shit. And
That's what
and
I'm
I
saying.
think that was,
You must be retarded.
yeah,
Who do
that,
you think want to hear advice from you after
yeah,
you done hurt
that was my
ESPN?
gripe with the whole thing with him in the first place, is because it's a level of it's trust, right? People are going to watch your podcast or whatever because they trust what you're saying in terms of advice. But how can anyone trust you now? Like, I tried watching his shit a few days ago. I'm like, I can't even take you seriously.
But how does he not know that? He must be cuckoo. Because anybody in their
He's
right
got
mind
bills.
can
I guess he
understand
got
that
bills. He's got bills to
you just
pay.
paid 50 million for a sexual lawsuit where we
Yeah.
heard you on a phone call saying you're gonna choke the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yep.
Like you lost all your credibility. That's what I
That
said.
part.
We heard that phone call,
Yep.
everything. We heard the live. Remember the live? We don't forget the live. They're not talking about, oh, I got on live by accident. Motherfucker, you didn't go on
I
live
know
by
How
that.
you
accident.
how Sway?
How? Yeah,
You
that
know what I
part.
mean?
He's
So
like,
you know,
I made a
Because
mistake. Nigga, you know you didn't.
Because it
hey,
asks you 3 times when you
family.
go before you go live. It's like, do you
You
want to
want to
go
go
live?
live? Are you
Yes.
sure you want to go
Are you
live?
sure you want to go
Are you
live?
absolutely positive?
Hey,
Are you
hey,
positive you want to go live? We about to tell folks that you going live right now.
That's
So
how
are
it
you sure
goes.
you really
You
want
want
to
to
do
let
this?
your followers know you're going on live because this is
Exactly.
happening.
originals. I'm gonna ask y'all. He still ain't out to clear with me on that one. I still think you a dumbass for that one. I'm
Yeah.
still. Hey,
Man.
you still look. Hey, Smooth. I still ain't gave you the okay pass on that one because you stupid. Trying to think that we all stupid. Think that you didn't know that you was live. That the fact that you thought that we that stupid. I'm
Yeah.
insulted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
No,
then
I
this
agree.
shit.
I just think to your point, like Vio, I think you said it best too. I think he should just be under a rock, just chilling. I don't think he should be doing any of this shit.
Forgot about. You need to be forgot about. You need to disappear.
Because again, even if, let's say, for the sake of our people don't say, oh, well, you give him a better, like, I think his credibility, in my opinion, is shot. I don't think you can do your show and offer advice and tell people about their business and them doing bad shit. Meanwhile, motherfucker, you lost $50 million because you couldn't not fuck a young 19-year-old white girl.
You shouldn't have went to Sterling's Hall of Fame for one reason, that people know you more than Sterling.
Yeah.
So when they see you, they're not going to think about Sterling. The first thing they're going to think about is your dumb ass.
And the shit that you
know
did.
What I mean? And
it's going to take away from you.
And that takes away from Sterling. And that's what I don't like, y'all.
Even because to your point, like even with Cam Newton, when he had the distractions around with the Heisman, his dad was going to go, but his dad said no, because I don't want to be a distraction to my son. At least he had the foresight to do that. Shannon, to me, because I know he had been championing for sure.
He's an attention whore. Here's what he is, man.
I was going to say that, yeah. I thought it was more of an attention grab than anything else to make him look good. Oh, I'm supporting my brother, rather than, hey, let my brother shine because he's wanted this for God knows how long, and he fucking deserved it. And you, because again, to Smooth's point, you can't stop fucking young snow bunnies and shit. You're distracting and taking away from that.
You just going to remind everybody how dumb your ass is. You almost 60 years old and you messing with a 20-year-old. Nigga, what? Yeah. And you talking about, you a big-ass black muscular dude telling this little bitty white girl you gonna choke
her shit out of her.
Man, what is that?
Because to keep it a buck, I didn't. NFL girl, you were the one that told me about the tape, because I thought, oh no, there's maybe some bullshit. And then when you said, Michael, there's a tape, I'm like, oh fuck. And then I saw the tape, I'm like, Jesus Christ, never mind.
How about he gonna put it in a, just like,
yeah, I heard the whole tape. Yeah. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Sure, Jesus Christ. You fucking psycho. What's wrong with you?
That's why I said some people, it don't matter how old they are, they just dumb. He got CTE. We don't know it.
Listen,
and listen, man.
Yeah, go on.
Like, you know how like on Friday and they ask you to do how you get laid off on your day off? He got separated from ESPN on his day off, right? Imagine that.
Yep.
I was thinking that is confused.
So fucking ridiculous. And again, no one said that you can't date younger. No one said that you can't.
That's what you want to do.
But guess what? If you 56, you know who's younger than you? Somebody that's 40.
Yeah. And also too, if that's what you're gonna, and again, did you do anything super illegal? No, but it's perception and it's optics.
Exactly.
This just proves, y'all, ain't nothing good gonna happen with a 57 and a 20. It just ain't.
That part.
It just ain't. It ain't set up.
Because when is that, to your point, when has that ever been a good look?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
The problem is he don't want to be an adult, right? If you mess with a 40-year-old, you have to be an adult.
You're still stuck being a kid.
They're not gonna allow you to do the stupid stuff that you did with that 19.
You moving with that amount of money. You worth that amount.
Yes.
And you got all this to lose, and you're that dumb, like. God.
And you're offering advice to people, and that don't make sense.
This is confusing to me. What was he thinking about when she said she was 19? And he fit
jackpot.
Listen.
What was he thinking?
Listen, I'm trying to tell you. As soon as somebody say that, if your age start with a 2 in the front, I can't even finish the conversation with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
How about this?
If
your age has teen on the back
nice
of it.
meeting you.
What'd you say?
How about this? If your age has teen behind it, I'm not saying nothing to you either, right? Like why? It said teen.
Yeah,
that's a teenager.
That's a teenager. Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
When were you born? 2000.
You know what? I saw a post saying that he had to settle. I saw a post where he said they had to settle for $23 million, but at his daughter's wedding, he only budgeted for $30,000. They didn't want to shell out for his daughter's wedding, but you paid this bitch $23 million. Congratulations, Shannon.
He settled for 23. Yeah, he settled for 23.
ESPN bag though. That's
my point. Yeah, the
ESPN bag was the one you.
So your point is.
Why he mess with Joy Taylor?
She's too old for him. Smooth. She's out of his age range.
Oh man, hey, I need a whole hour to rant on.
I know we got that time.
I need 2 hours.
Oh yeah,
and her ass got fired too. She got fired from Fox Sports.
Listen. Shannon Sharpe fucked up the Disney money.
She is the most arrogant, most classless person I could. She's so arrogant and classless, it ain't even funny, bro. Like it's
really, I want that Nick Wright show. Wright show off too. Get that crap off the TV as well.
Yeah, him too. Yeah, he got to go too.
Who are you talking about?
Nick Wright.
Nick
Get
Wright.
his ass
Oh
on
Nick
God,
TV.
Wright.
well,
They need to find someone on
They
him. Get
love
him out.
they love Nick
Yeah,
Wright.
right.
they will never
They
get
love-
rid of his dumbass.
They love Nick Wright at Fox Sports, unfortunately. So
yeah, that's true. All right, so
I
we'll
don't know
go
why.
to go on. Neither do I.
They
No one
gotta
knows.
love somebody, or they all gonna be fired.
Then
that
just
part.
have no news, no sports news. All right, so we'll talk quickly about Gilbert Arenas' dumbass getting arrested, because as we're going into stupid people doing stupid shit, why not continue the trend? But in a different sport. So Gilbert Arenas, he was arrested for gambling, illegal gambling.
Yes.
And apparently, according to VO, breaking news, he told us before that we came on that he apparently snitched on everybody because he ain't trying to do no jail time. So, VO, do you want to try?
That's what he said. Like, I didn't even. It was so ridiculous. Like, I didn't really pay attention to the story because it just was so stupid.
It does sound stupid. Yeah,
but the fact, I think what it is he had them there and they had the game there and all the stuff going on.
Wow.
And I think they brought him in just because they were at his house using his table or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what he did was he probably just told on whoever all was there and told them everything they already asked him.
Wow.
And he probably was feeling like he ain't obligated because all he was doing was just hosting the event. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't participating, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So he talking about, so he said, yeah, I'm a snitch because I got a woman at home. And he's just talking all this crazy shit.
Wow.
Like, no, I can't really speak more.
And he defended himself for it. He defended himself snitching, by the way.
Well, I hope Gilbert Arenas says Gil's Arena gets canceled too.
I hope so.
This
Cancel
is
that
a guy,
shit.
though, like, I don't take him seriously, man, because this is a guy who brought guns to the locker room when he had an NBA career.
Thank you.
Messed his whole shit up. Like, his credibility is
They're
shot.
crediting, right? Yeah.
I don't
part.
understand why everybody wants to sit around and listen to a podcast but listen to him talk. Like, when I look at the panel that's sitting in that, there's not one person in there I want to hear from.
Fair.
I don't want to hear from Kenya Martin.
No, I don't either.
From Brandon Jennings. I don't want to hear from nobody.
Because Kenyon Martin sounds like he's like some bodyguard badass all of a sudden. That's the impression he gives off. And I'm like,
Nick Young, are you kidding me? I don't want to hear.
Nick Young sounds like he's high all the time. Like he just doesn't want to be there.
Like when you look at that panel, it looks like a clown panel to begin with.
And then Rashad McCants, Jesus Christ, that alone.
Rashad McCants be saying shit where I'm like, nigga, how many games did you win? What are you talking about?
This nigga said that his Israel team could beat the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
When they won the championship.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember him saying that.
I'm like, man, dog, come on.
I just want to see him and Raymond Felton fight just because. I just want to see that
Raymond
happen.
Felton don't like him, man.
I know. He said he called him a fuckboy. He called him a fuck nigga and all this.
My money on Raymond Felton. My money on Raymond Felton.
I remember Raymond Felton. Raymond Felton seemed like a chill dude, but when he called him a fuck
real
nigga, I was like, damn, he really doesn't like
him. Real one.
He does not like.
He took his glasses off and said, "I'm only saying this one time."
He said you're a fuck nigga.
Raymond Felton.
And Rashad didn't, and I noticed Rashad didn't have no smoke after that. He didn't say nothing.
Not at all.
No energy. No like, yo, fuck this nigga. I'm gonna none of that.
I don't understand why he's so mad at North Carolina. What you so mad for, yo?
I'm confused about that too. I'm very confused about that.
So
I'm confused where he think. Did you see when Tony Allen was clowning him when he was on Tony Allen? And he's talking about how easy it was to score to 81 points. That nigga Tony Allen like, man, we finna get out.
You gotta cut to the next segment. Cut to the next. They tried to cut to the next segment because I watched that part. I'm like, come on, Rashawn, what are we doing?
He only played in the NBA how many years?
2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
I think.
Maybe, I have to look. Maybe 3, 4 at the most.
3, 4, maybe. Yeah. The Gilbert Arenas shit. I mean,
they
hopefully.
Always ask him.
Yeah, go on.
Like, what? You was 12th on the bench, so. And then he said that, but this is what I understand about him. He said when he went to the Lakers, and I think one of the Carolina guys, he said that was a Carolina thing. But you talk so bad about Carolina, how could that be a Carolina hookup to go to the Lakers?
Right.
When he said, Pat Bub said he quit the practice.
Which I believe he could. I currently believe
he seemed like the type. He seemed
Facts.
like he would.
Thank you. I 1,000% believe Pat Bev's story, but he quit the practice.
Man, I'm saying when you look at that, and then they brought in Cheryl Swoops in there.
And then she was
going there. She's just going there all hating on Caitlin Clark the whole time.
Yeah, I can't stand like that.
I'm like, Cheryl, you better than that. Cheryl, you are a legend.
Thank you.
You are like Michael Jordan status. Like, you don't need to be on this show. Like, this show kills your, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I don't like it.
No, I agree. I think that clickbait shit I can't stand anyway. That clickbait sports hot take.
It's like a hater show to me.
Yeah, it's just basically a hater show. Like Gilbert Arenas saying that, we need to get rid of all the European players because that's why the NBA is so bad. Really, bitch? That's how it is? What the fuck are you talking about, Gilbert? You're just bored.
Right now, the European players are tend to be the dominant forces. What you mean?
But according to Gilbert Arenas, they're the reason that the NBA is struggling right now.
Right.
No,
But
that's not what it is.
You're
the
an
NBA,
idiot.
where you want your son to get to, though.
That part.
So
I don't get
Dumbass.
it.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I agree. I just like
can't. That the table that they were gambling on has Arena's name on the table, but the nigga tried to say that it had nothing to do. He was renting the house and it had nothing to do with him. Nigga, the table has your name on it. What you mean?
You know what I'm thinking? Because of that, I think
went to jail for the same thing.
You know what I think? Because of that
jail for the
situation,
same thing.
I think I think Gilbert Arenas' podcast should be stripped of it. He should be stripped of it just because of that stupidness. He should have his podcast done just for him getting arrested and stupid shit. That should be a part of his sentence. No more podcasts.
Michael Vick didn't fight no dogs. Michael Vick didn't fight no dogs at all. He had them there. He went to straight up jail. Straight up.
After signing that $100 million
right, exactly. Yeah, I agree. But he won't because he snitched.
That's because he ain't have real ones like Barry Bonds. You see that dude Canty ain't never said nothing about Barry Bonds.
Oh yeah, Barry got the real ones, boy.
So if you don't have no real ones with you, you shouldn't be doing stuff like that.
Because Barry was clearly taking steroids. I don't think anybody will sit here and
to this day, not now one person that's ever came out and
said nothing.
That part.
So because he ain't have real ones, that's why he went to jail. Because if he had real ones, they'd took that.
They would take
I'm giving you 5 or 10 when you get out.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think to your point, I think Barry Bonds' trainer, I think he did jail time.
He did. He did.
He took jail. I was like, damn, that's.
And still ain't never said nothing.
Never said nothing. And Barry Bonds is no worse for wear. He's fine now, so it's all good.
Fuck with Barry Bonds.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. He still says he can hit 100-mile-an-hour baseball. I don't know about that. He's like 60 years old, but that's neither here nor there. But we can segue now into baseball.
It's just funny that they get mad about how much he cheated with steroids when they cheat in everything else.
I know they were cheating with. They were cheating with. I don't know if you guys remember, like a couple years ago, when the pitchers were getting all these no hitters and shit because they were cheating with using gun or some sticky thing on the.
But I mean, I'm talking about like in the upper offices. Like,
absolutely, they've been doing that.
They cheat with everything that they've been doing as far as how they run their shit and money and salaries and all that.
Yeah, like I think, I mean, the fact that Barry Bonds
isn't about this nigga because he used steroids to hit home runs to get people to watch your game.
The fact that Barry Bonds isn't in the Hall of Fame
home runs and don't strike out.
Right.
That part.
Barry Bonds needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Y'all want to headhunt this dude when he brought in more dollars for your sport.
And listen, to your point, Vio, the 2001 baseball season was probably the best season on record because that's the season he hit the home. That's the season that he hit the home runs. Yeah, go on.
Let's keep it a bean. We all missed the steroid era. I feel bad for them dudes whose lives got ruined by steroids.
I do.
But I missed the steroid because they was knocking them.
Brady Anderson for the Baltimore Orioles.
Right. What you mean?
Mike Brady Anderson.
Was jacked. He was like a wrestler. I thought he should be tombstone people.
Mark McLaurin, Sammy Sosa, all them dudes is legends.
Even Rafael Palmeiro. He lied. I never took steroids. Period. He was barely like this, finger pointing all this shit.
Looking like Donkey Kong out there. Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know Barry Bonds trying to lie, like he wasn't taking steroids. You see him at the Pittsburgh Pirates. The man looked like Ken Griffey Jr. by the time he got to the fucking San Francisco Pirates. I'm like, Nick.
When he was Pittsburgh, he was skinny.
He was slim. He was a 5-tool. By the time he got to the Giants, man looked like he was a tank.
That part.
He looked like Killmonger from Black Panther. He looked like Mbaku from Black Panther.
Like you said, went from looking like Chad Boseman to looking like Mbaku.
Barry Bonds was jacked. Like he was scared. Like he was sick though. Don't get it twisted, but
I changed my diet. That's what that did.
I was just taking gummy bears.
Right. Oh, okay. That's what it was.
All right.
I'm in the gym more. Okay.
Nah, come on, Barry. But no, I get it with Barry because again, everybody was giving Sosa and McGuire all that limelight, and he was like, "Oh, this is what y'all guys want? Okay, watch this. I'm just gonna hit a bunch of home runs and win 4 MVPs." So whatever.
Good, man.
It was a beast. All right, so we'll go to baseball real quick in terms of the trades and all that stuff. My team didn't really. They did some stuff, but not like a lot of stuff. Nothing like that moved the needle. I don't think.
Shut up! Your team is ahead.
We're tied. No, we're tied. We're heading to East.
Tied. That's what I meant. The top of AL East.
Yeah, we're in the top of the list
exactly.
because y'all are. Yeah, no, I'm just saying in terms of like I think the media was like, oh well, we should have went for it and got it. I'm like, no, I'm fine with the moves we made. We'll see what happens if we can hold on to the lead. You just got to hold on to the lead because the Yankees are Yankees. I don't know what's going on with the Yankees. Never mind. And
Yeah,
the Yankees don't know what's going on with the Yankees right now.
Even though I will say we did win the trade deadline though.
You feel you guys won? I was gonna ask you. You feel won the trade deadline. You still feel the Yankees won?
Yeah, because we got 3 relievers and a third baseman. We didn't have none of that, so they kind of got deep. That's what
I was gonna say something about the third baseman, but I don't want to trigger NFL girls, so I will leave that alone.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna do that.
That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. But we is on disrespect podcast today.
Not disrespect. All respect. All respect. How dare you say otherwise? That is disrespectful. That you would say I would be disrespectful. Okay. NFL, I'll throw to you. Who do you think won or the trade deadline? Who do you think who do you think put yourself? Because I think it's wide open. The baseball. So who do you think won?
Honestly, I think it's wide open. I can tell you who lost though.
Who do you think lost?
The fucking Orioles and the Nationals both lost because I don't know what kind of Orioles, especially because they just went straight up fire sale. Good God.
Yeah, they traded everybody. They traded one of their relievers to us. We were playing a double header.
They fuck how Sway?
Amazing. Good job, James.
That was just unbelievable.
So for context, people, one of our relievers that we traded for plays for the Orioles. It was the same game. I think it was like a doubleheader game.
It was a doubleheader.
And he was supposed to play for the Orioles. We traded for him. So they just changed jerseys. Said, hey, you're coming to the booth. Just change your jersey. Come over to our side.
My boy checked out of his hotel room and went across the street.
Hey,
to go play for the Blue Jays.
If nothing else, shout out to the Jays ownership. You ain't got to pay for no flights. You ain't got to pay for no hotel rooms. Hey, we're playing. You know what? Come here. We're going to trade for you. It was ridiculous. I will give you that. It was ridiculous because I was like, really? You couldn't wait.
The hardest one for me, because I root for both. I'm originally from DC, but Nationals came later. I was an adult when Nationals came around, so I rooted for Orioles as a little girl. Cedric Mullins really hurt me. For Orioles trading away Cedric Mullins because he was such a great player for them for so many years. Homegrown. Yeah, I agree. Just a good all-around dude. Brought a lot to the community and stuff like that. So that one hurt me. So I really don't. I feel like there were some good moves made, but like I said, I can't really say who I thought won. I could just tell you who I thought lost, and I really
I agree with that. Baltimore
Orioles and National.
I didn't like that they moved. To your point, I agree. I didn't like that they moved Mullins. I understood why, but I think he was.
Get it. I get why they did it. I understood the moves. I'm not saying that they just made completely jackass moves, but like I said, when you see someone like Mullins and what he did for the community and what he did for the kids in Baltimore and stuff like that, it hurts me almost like it's like losing a family member.
But then you think about it, like last year, this team won 100 games.
True.
And now you just gut the whole roster in a year.
Exactly. And so that's hurtful to me. So fair. They're not going to do shit, and neither is the Nationals. Nationals went fire sale as well. Didn't particularly think like they picked up anything worth mentioning. So yeah. Can't say who won, but I can definitely tell you who I feel like lost.
Well, fair enough. So if you thought the Yankees, Smooth, what say you? Who do you think? Do you think anything stand out to you? The trade deadline?
I mean, baseball has been kind of slow this year, right? So
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
To my understanding, right? I saw the Orioles do all those moves, but with the Orioles, they had a chance to go to the World Series a while back, right?
I would say last year or 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, they was at the plate to make the play to go to the World Series, and since then they've been going backwards, right?
Yeah.
You gotta take advantage of the moment, because when you're given that's not guaranteed to be given to you again. Mm-hmm. NFL girl, your Nationals won the World Series, so sometimes after you win, it's a little heartbreak and stuff like that, but you can't complain for so much, right? Because you did see you saw that championship, because I remember it. But what I'm excited about is the playoffs, because that's when every pitch counts, and I like the format that they have. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I mean, it's not normal to see the Blue Jays in first place, right? No. So
it's not.
I'm just being 100.
No, it's not. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. It's not.
And The Yankees are slumping a little bit. You know, they're 4.5 down, but that last game when they was playing Toronto, they had like four errors in one game.
Yeah,
and that
they
cost them
just
the
it
game.
was basically.
And that's not normal for the Yankees at this point in time of the season.
I think that's why they had to go to the third baseman to
So I don't know what's
Right.
going on with the Yankees because normally Yankees at this point thrive and they
they're
pick up
tight.
games.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
so this is unusual for them. But that's VO team, so VO can speak on that.
Or maybe and then Boston is like surprising to me. I'm surprised. I don't know what like Boston. I thought they were going to sell, and now they're winning now. So I guess they're.
But with Boston, there's always like this seesaw situation with them all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, either they're going to be good or they'll be mediocre. Then you think they're going to sell, and then all of a sudden they start winning. It's always that give and take with them. Well, I mean, they spend a lot of money, so you should be good though. When you spend money, you should be good. But that's not how baseball works.
Well, now they're not really spending money now. They've basically traded all their. Now they're going young.
Yep.
That's because they spent all that money before though. When they were trying to win.
When they didn't work. So now they're like, nah, we're just gonna go with their young guys. And honestly, I think they were trying to tank. I don't think they were trying to win. And then everything kind of the roster just kind of fits. And now they have to go for it because they're like 8 games up or 8 games over 500 now. So they have no choice.
Yeah, baseball have ebbs and flows, right? So you know.
Oh yeah.
At this point, that's when you're supposed to pick up momentum. But you see how the Braves, right? They had
awful
one of the seasons where
they were great.
They won the World Series a couple years ago as well, but they always tinker around being good. But then when you lose your main guy the last 2 years, and you just fall apart. So I'm just excited about it being new teams in first place at this point in time in the season, opposed to the same thing we always see. And I'm looking forward to the playoffs.
Same. You have any World Series? You want to do a World Series pick now, or you want to wait?
I'll wait. There's too much time left, Mike.
Mine is still early. I still, like I said, I still like the Phillies and Tigers. That's still my pick. And they played
the Jays.
As much as I love the Jays, I don't know. Here's the reason why I'm a little bit I'm rooting for them. Obviously, I just think if they got to play against Detroit with Skubal and that lineup, it's going to be hard. I don't. Okay. Again, if it's Skubal against Gosman, that's the only kind of like. I think the Jays will give them a good series. I just don't know if they could beat them in a 7-game series. That's my hesitation. That's only my hesitation. But I mean, I think the Jays should make the playoffs. I mean, but in terms of what they'll do, because again, I think they should up their bullpen because they're not going to have their starters go full 9 innings, or they might have them go like 3 or 4 innings, and they're going to go bullpen the rest of the game. That's kind of why they did that. So hopefully that works. We'll see what happens. I mean, they didn't get Stephen Kwan, who I wanted. That's why I was a little bit like, damn, I wish we got Stephen Kwan, but I think the Guardians wanted everything for Stephen Kwan, so we weren't going to get him otherwise. So it's just like with Zach Gallen. Zach Gallen, you're going to have to give up the farm to get Zach Gallen. They were the Diamondbacks were not just going to give you Zach Gallen. So it was one of those things. So I disagree. I agree. I'm waiting for the playoffs for sure. I mean, I think it's going to be really good. I think to your point, Smooth, because it's so wide open, and I don't think there's any real favorite. Because even the Dodgers, I don't think the Dodgers are going to repeat this year. To be honest, I would take Philly right now if I had to pick between those 2 teams.
Okay.
Just saying.
Did you say BO?
Bill's in deep thought of his Yankees.
Oh no, they I don't know. They're not clicking. They just gotta.
Yeah, y'all losing to the Marlins. What the hell's going on? Y'all losing to the Marlins.
They're not clicking, but they made some moves. We'll see how it goes.
I think once y'all get Aaron Judge back, y'all will be fine because Aaron Judge is out, right?
Yeah, he's out. I'm not worried about the Yankees, man. I really don't care. I mean, I want them to win, but I don't know. I want them to get rid of Aaron Boone, man. That's kind of where I'm at. That's my.
You just want Boone gone. You've been,
I just want him gone.
In fairness, you've been on Aaron Boone getting fired for 4 years. So
exactly.
He keeps.
You've been consistent.
Around.
Like I said before, I think him going to the World Series has bought him another 2 years.
They could have won the World Series last year, man. They could have. You don't put a guy who hasn't pitched in months against a former MVP. That's you don't take a dummy to like.
I mean, in fairness, I did watch. Yeah, go on.
No, it's just saying like. I just feel like they don't. It's kind of I don't know, man. It's kind of the same thing with Shanahan, bro. It's like they'll get there, but you still don't have no faith because you don't know if the coach knows what to do when they get there.
Yeah, actually, I watched that video of Freddie Freeman hitting that home run a couple days ago, and it was still epic as fuck. Though I'm not gonna lie,
It
that was
was,
epic.
man. Like,
When he held it
why
up,
would you do that?
he just started walking. He looked at the thing and he
But
dropped out.
you know who you facing though. Why would you do that though?
I
It's
agree.
not like you're
Man,
facing
like
a
you
guy.
don't even take like how do you?
I mean, maybe they're rash because he was hurt. Maybe their thought was, oh, they could strike him out. I still, to your point,
that was their thought.
That's
That
how
was
I
their
agree with you
thought.
guys. I'm not gonna pitch to Freddie. I'm not
As a
getting
hitter,
Because I think that was Freeman's first game back from that
was.
ankle injury.
It was.
So yeah, they weren't expecting him to be able to do much even on that ankle.
much less hit
That's why-
an epic
that's why
home run.
you-
And
need to be fired.
much less hit a grand slam.
That's why you need to be
Who
fired.
saw
'Cause
that?
A better manager
But he's
would
done
have
it
more
before, though,
sense
right?
to know.
NFL girl
He
in
has.
Atlanta, he's done
He
it.
did it
that's what
in
I'm saying.
Atlanta,
That's
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you need.
So
That's why
you gotta
need to be fired.
understand, like, hurt or not, he can hit.
He can hit.
Right.
So you gotta be
Right.
patient with that. You can't
That's
just go up there
common
thinking
sense.
like, oh, this guy coming off her ankle, that ain't gonna stop his bat from moving.
Yeah, same with Aaron
Oh,
Judge.
that
Like to
part.
me, you still walk. I would still walk Aaron
Yeah.
Judge. I'm not pitching Aaron Judge because there's no point. He's gonna hit the ball.
Why would you?
Because even the Yankees, the Jays, the one game when we walked them and then we decide, oh, we're gonna just pitch to him, and then he hit a home run. I'm like, why are you pitching Aaron Judge? Just walk him.
Like
That part.
you don't even have to be a basketball. I mean, excuse me, a baseball
Yeah,
knowledge person to know that was stupid.
yeah. If I see Aaron Judge, 4.
Freddie Freeman is an MVP. Like,
Oh, Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
yeah. Any nigga that's done it at a high level, you don't want to
please.
pitch to him. Like,
Go to first base, Freddie
like,
Freeman. Go.
I would have felt more comfortable if he would have pitched to Mookie Betts.
Yeah,
You know
Mookie's
what I'm
struggling
saying?
right now.
I would have felt more. Do you know what I mean? Freddie Freeman.
He's clutch.
Oh, come on.
Pretty
I
much.
feel so bad for Mookie. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I feel
he's
so
struggling
bad.
right now, boy. He is.
But he's still sick. They still don't know what's wrong with him. Remember, he's lost 20 pounds. And they
Wow.
still don't have a diagnosis for what is going on with him.
Yeah, he does look.
He
yeah,
still doesn't know.
Yeah, fuck.
And that's got to be scary, you know? And so, yeah, imagine dropping 20 pounds and then still trying to play at the same level you did.
And
20
they
pounds
have him batting leadoff. which
exactly.
20 pounds, that's a lot of weight.
He lost
That's
a lot of weight.
lot of weight.
If you see him like
My
last year
goodness.
to now, he looked. I'm like, damn, Mookie, what the hell?
Right. And they still don't have a diagnosis for him. So how do you fix something you don't even know what it is?
Yes.
And
yes.
20
And then it's like
pounds
you
is
have
a
to still-
dramatic a dramatic amount of weight.
And then you still feel kind of like you have to play him because he's not like hurt.
Exactly.
He just lost a bunch of fucking weight, but he's not
They
right
can't
though.
diagnose him though. They
And you can't diagnose him
Right.
either.
And
You're
he
stuck.
and he's saying, like, I don't feel like myself out there. I feel shitty that I'm not able to play the way that
Yeah, it
I was
sucks.
able to play.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't.
So,
Yeah,
I feel so bad for Mookie right now.
because I don't know. Yeah, to your point, I don't know what you do in that situation. Do you bench him?
Yeah, what do you do?
Hey,
You
I
know?
got something to talk about real quick. I mean,
Yeah,
as
please.
far as
Okay.
Mookie, I feel bad for him. I'll get back on the Mookie. It's just I just want to mention before I forget it. Carlos Correa going back to Houston was big.
I agree with
Carlos
that.
Correa
I forgot
going
about
back to
that.
Houston was
Yeah,
huge.
that
I
was-
forgot about that. That was huge.
That was-
And
that was
he
big.
smashed a home run. Didn't
That
he? Was it earlier?
was-
He
today?
did.
Was it,
I
yeah,
couldn't-
he
I
smashed a
saw
home
that
run
at work.
earlier.
You know,
saw
me
that at
too.
work. I was like, what?
I was like, and you know what? I was gonna pick
Unbelievable.
Seattle that one until I saw what Houston did, and I'm like, yeah, Houston won that shit. Because
Yeah.
And no
I
matter
couldn't
what,
believe that, man.
they always linger around, even after they say they cheat, they do this,
They
they
make
do
you- they
that.
make you
They
sick.
still
They
win.
make you sick.
I honestly am like Houston. Honestly, irritates me right now. They're in a good way, in like respectful way. They irritate me because I thought this was gonna be a down year. They traded Tucker. I thought they were gonna suck shit, and then Hunter Brown's having a Cy Young year, and then they don't even have was it Alvarez or whatever his name is. They don't have him. You know,
Jordan?
yeah, Jordan. They don't have Jordan Alvarez. He's out.
Okay.
He's been out, and they're still fucking winning. Like,
Because, man, they like a
Hey.
collective though, right? They're a collective team.
and then you get Carlos
You
Correa
don't
back.
see-
You
You
put him
don't
at-
see.
I
You
can't.
don't
I
see
couldn't believe
separation.
that.
Even when they was talking about them cheating, you ain't see no separation.
Not
They
really.
still they still in unison. That's
And
why
now
they.
you
That's
put,
why they
and you put him at third. You got Jeremy Pena still at second. Oh my god,
Man, I was like, well, I was at work, man. I was going.
I saw that come
And I-
across the screen too. I forgot about
Man,
that.
me too. I saw it like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, well, I saw the
Until
on my
you just
ticker,
said,
and I was-
I don't know why that left my head, but
I
yeah,
totally forgot about that. I was like,
phenomenal.
wait, hold up. He went back to Houston. And he waived his no trade clause. He said the only
And
team I'll go back to is Houston.
That shit happened like late in the day too.
It did.
Yeah,
Yes.
It did.
Like,
Came across the
it happened
ticker.
like later
It came
on.
across the ticker.
And give him credit because he said
Yeah.
like he's willing to go back to third base. Like he's playing third base. He's not even like he's a
Yeah,
shortstop by
like,
nature, but
damn.
you're putting him at third. Oh,
He's
He
so
didn't want to leave
good.
Houston though. He didn't want to leave.
Yeah, they just didn't want to pay him.
Yeah, he's so good. Yeah,
Yes.
listen, I'm happy for Correa because he wanted to go back to
because
Houston.
Minnesota was selling and they were shit stroke.
Exactly.
So there was no point in
Oh, they
staying.
were absolute shit.
Yeah.
Minnesota ain't been shit. Ever.
It's that part.
Since I think Kirby Puckett in 1990 or
When
89.
they paid that one dude, it was one dude they overpaid. I said they're gonna be the star of his franchise.
I feel like it's Byron Buxton they've overpaid because his ass stay hurt.
What was that guy's name? Oh my god!
Was it back in the day or recently?
Yeah, it was back in the day.
Okay, I don't even know because I don't
I
follow. Follow Minnesota sports, unfortunately.
No, it wasn't. It was one dude that was his name Meyer or more.
Joe Meyer.
Yeah,
Meyer.
God, that was the
Meyer,
biggest overpay in
I remember
Major League Baseball. You remember that? You remember that?
I do. He was the catcher. Yes, he was the catcher.
I thought that was, and he sucked. That was.
You didn't like. He was. I mean. I guess he's a Minnesota legend.
He sucked.
He didn't suck. He was just
trash.
He just
Not
wasn't the guy that got that
for
kind
the
of
money
money.
they paid him. Not for the money they paid him. He was.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, if you're saying it from that angle, okay, fair.
Yeah, from the money they gave him, that was way because at that time that was big money.
That was
huge money.
Well, they had to pay him that. He wasn't going to stay otherwise. They had to pay him that.
That's when catchers was jumping out of the box, though, right?
Yeah.
A lot of catchers got paid around that time.
Like Buster Posey got paid.
Yeah.
He got a lot of bread.
Trash, dog. Like that. What he got? Man, I was already questioning. Like, nah, he's not worth that.
Yeah, and that's why it's hard for me to because that's why it's hard for me to pick my Blue Jays. Because then when I saw the Correa trade, I'm like, shit.
That was a great trade, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because they didn't give up nothing. What did they give up? They gave up nothing. And you got a fucking first overall pick player to play third base, which was
That's
a whole
crazy.
Hold up, Mike. How you ain't gonna have confidence in your team, man?
Not to play, not if they got to play not against Houston and Detroit, and not. I mean, I would have felt good if they didn't have Correa, and let's say we were playing them, maybe. But with Detroit, that was gonna be tough sledding, bro. It's tough. Like Detroit got. I watched them yesterday. They were hitting home runs like it was a home run derby against Philly.
Yep.
Against their ace.
Plus Houston know how to win, man.
And Houston know how to win. These guys know how to win. Jays are still young. Right. Like the Jays are still a young up and coming team. So that's why right now it's like they're young.
Listen, Jays look phenomenal this year. Give them another couple years or whatever.
They got a young. That's why like this year, whatever happens, if they get eliminated, so be it. It's about building for next year.
Astros are always going to find a way to be that team. Always.
Yeah, they're like
and then San Francisco is a team that you always see. You be like, how did they get here?
Well, they sold. They sold now because they suck.
They always sell and be in it though. That's what San Francisco.
I don't understand. You turn around.
They always get rid of their players. They still win.
Yeah, I don't know what
they get to the World Series like every 2 years or something.
I've noticed what San Francisco do. I noticed what San Francisco do is they'll have a run, they'll stop, they'll get rid of the players, may have a bad year or two, and then they right back in it again.
Right back in it.
They were doing that this year, and then I don't know what happened. They kind of fell off a little bit now. So it's now the Padres now. I mean, I like what the Padres did also too. The Padres, I mean, I don't know if they're going to necessarily beat the Dodgers, but I like what the Padres did.
They don't know how to win in the playoffs though.
They've beaten the Dodgers in the playoffs one time. Just saying,
one time, right? And then all the other times will happen, right?
They have one. They can say they beat them once. They say again, we got them once. It's like Little Giants. You know what I'm saying? That movie Little Giants, where we might lose 99 times, but just the one time. That's all they can hold on to. Great movie. Al Bundy. There you go. No, I'm kidding.
Al Bundy.
All right,
listen, I beat a friend of mine in Madden once. I won't ever play him again.
See, there you go. And you don't even like video games like that, NFL girl. You don't even like video games like that, NFL girl.
Sportsmanship, though. That's bad sportsmanship.
I don't like
MLB.
What's your point?
I know I don't like MLB.
What's your point?
You know what? I feel like if we ever played Mario,
you gotta give a person a rematch, though.
No.
I feel like if we all played Mario Kart together, it would be the end of our friendship because I think NFL girl would be cheating or some shit would happen.
Yes.
She would be cheating, and now we're just like
absolutely.
The podcast is disbanded if we ever played Mario Kart.
Mario Kart be fun.
Mario Kart be fun, but it's not easy to play. I think people have
At
this
all.
misconception that it's easy. No, it's hard.
Because it's considered a kid's game. It's like playing.
Yeah,
That should be
It's like
frustrating
playing.
as hell.
It's like playing Super Smash Brothers or
Yeah.
any of those kids looking game. Everybody think they're super easy. Them games are hard as shit. I ain't beat a Super Mario game ever.
I don't like first person games, man. Those are hard.
First
You
person
got-
games.
Yeah, I don't like them. I hate them.
So Call of Duty, you're not in. You're not into Call of Duty.
I do like it, but my depth ain't that great.
Oh, okay,
You know
gotcha.
what I'm saying? Like
Fair
it's,
enough.
it's you know what I mean. It's kind of and it depending on your internet too. Like that shit real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's real.
No, I got you. I got you.
You be thinking, oh, he around the corner. I didn't see him. I done got shot already.
See, that's why I don't even play online, Vio. I just play the story. I don't even play online. I just play the story
Yeah.
mode.
Oh no, I don't play online. No.
Yeah, I'm the
Mm-mm.
story
You
because
know what I'm saying?
too many racist like 12-year-olds online. I'm not trying to deal with that shit. Do a hate crime online and end up killing a kid or whatever.
Yeah.
So, no.
Exactly.
We make America great again on that.
Yeah, from what one friend was saying he was playing Halo and someone called him a nigger and shit. I was like, yeah, nope, I'm good. That's not happening to
Right.
me because I will track their IP address and murder their ass. So we're not doing that.
Hey, I got a question. This
Sure.
is a non-sports question.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is
We're in
a
the non-sports part of the podcast now, so go ahead.
This is a pop
Exactly.
culture question. Maybe I'm retarded, okay? Because I'm a human being. I ain't the smartest person in the world. I'm an intelligent black man, yes, but I'm not the smartest person in the world. Can somebody explain to me what the fuck is the big deal about Sydney Sweeney in this commercial, in this ad with these jeans, bro? I can't see.
So you don't get what the implication is?
I don't. You gotta help me because
Okay.
I'm so lost.
So the implication is that because she's talking about jeans, and now she's in denim, right? So
Right.
when you first hear it, you think she's talking about the fact that she's in denim. It's the jeans, it's the jacket, or whatever. But then she was like, jeans also have to do with you having blonde hair and blue eyes and whatever. And she was like, I have the best jeans. So the implication is she's talking about being a blonde hair, blue eyed white girl. So it smacks of white privilege. It smacks of, you're talking about eugenics. You understand? Yeah. It smacks of white supremacy. Yeah. So that's what people are talking about. People are saying like, yeah, this is some straight up white supremacy eugenics type shit where you're saying that your genes are superior because you are a blonde hair, blue eyed white girl. And we get that the double entendre of, look, I'm in denim. So no, I'm just referring to the denim pants and the denim jacket I have on. No, we got the shit that you were trying to say, and American Eagle knew that it was going to be controversial doing it. That's why American Eagle didn't have a problem doing it because it's a white company or whatever. So
and headlines.
And they knew the market they also knew the market who they were trying to advertise to.
Yeah, that's true too.
But
what's funny is
they don't have the best jeans though.
They don't have the best. They don't have the best jeans.
They have terrible jeans.
I'm not an American, so you guys got to help me with who's got the best.
They have garbage ass jeans. Garbage. Oh, they're fucking horrible.
You age terribly, right? Your skin cracks and you look ridiculous. At 30 years old, you're like 75. So how do you have the best
for me, Mike? That's too woke for me. That's too woke. I
haven't even seen it. I ain't even seen it.
I'll send you the commercial.
I listened to the commercial for like 20 seconds now. That's way too woke.
That's all it was. And again,
I get what
there's one side.
I can totally see what you're saying though. Like I'm not even saying that. I think I can see 100% where that's valid. Right. But for me personally, I didn't even see any of that. I just was like, I saw that and I was just like,
look, Big Mike laughing at me for watching Married with Children. This is a 24/7 channel that I watch. That's nothing but nonstop Married with Children. You know what?
Hard now.
I'm not hating on Married with Children. I just was.
I watched this channel because it's a commercial-free channel. So I didn't even know about the goddamn commercial. The next thing I know, it's like blowing up all over
internet.
social
Same
media.
with me.
Like,
that's how I found out about it.
And then I found out about it, and I was like, okay, I got the implication or whatever, and I get why people were upset or whatever. I also don't care.
That part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay.
I got more things to care about right now.
Yeah, like I that same thing, NFL girl. I only found out because I was on Instagram.
Exactly.
NFL girl, you said it for me. That's I couldn't say it. It wasn't meant for me to say myself. There you go. I don't
Right.
care.
Yeah, I
I
just don't
don't
care.
I got
care.
other shit going
I don't-
on.
Listen, we're in a recession right now. I care about that. I don't
Yeah,
care
for
about.
real. Like I'm trying to
I
pay
don't care
my
about
paper.
Sydney
I got shit
Sweeney.
going on. Like
Hey,
y'all
the white
really mad at that?
white
Like,
white supremacy exists. Yeah, okay.
I don't
Guess
care
what?
about
White supremacy.
a kind of decent actress wearing subpar jeans, I guess.
They suck. They're horrible.
Okay, suck
The jeans
jeans.
are
Wear jeans that
trash.
suck shit.
hey,
I don't give a shit
nigga, let's
about.
talk about these tariffs, nigga. That's what
That
I need y'all
part.
to be protesting
Let's
about.
talk
nigga.
about. Let's talk about the fact that you now gonna have to pay $85 for them terrible ass jeans.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, the fuck?
Because I saw Lizzo talking about it, and I saw these people like, what the fuck? I was just lost. Like, they're like,
That's what it is.
I'm
And
like,
it's like,
I'm
okay,
like,
you're
man.
advertising to. They knew the market they were advertising to. It's fine. The funny
Man, I
part
don't
is
even care.
that
Who cares?
as American Eagle actually donates to the LGBT community. American Eagle donates to Black causes and stuff like that. So they advertise to these dumbass white folks are like, yeah, these non-woke jeans. No, they're not. American Eagle actually is a very DEI centric company or whatever. If that's some shit that you're actually worried about. The point is that no one gives a shit, and the people that are making a big deal about it, okay, you're like, oh, this furthers white supremacy and eugenics and the belief in that of the superior race and all that. Okay, we live in a white supremacist society. You motherfuckers act like this is brand new.
We are. I've accepted this already.
Y'all niggas want to say that when Donald Trump was up there.
That part too.
Y'all
you want to chime in as well? Say another
Proud Boys and all that shit was going on. I didn't hear nobody saying nothing.
Give a
and then I want to hear y'all talk about this damn commercial. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, there's other things going. I agree.
Fuck out of here, man.
Go on, Smooth.
It's stupidity at the highest level, right?
Exactly.
So American Eagle, you thought that was smart to do that, right? When your sales go plummeting to the bottom, like all these other companies, right?
Yep.
They get a new person that think they have an idea, and then all of a sudden their stock go plummeting to the ground. You got to think about these things before you make decisions like that. People just don't think about what's going to happen next. They think that, oh, we'll put this white girl that says jeans and her jeans are better, when we know your jeans are garbage. So when you say that, any person that can think will know that's a lie. How are your jeans better, right? You got to put suntan on when you go outside, or your skin will burn. So how are your jeans better? Right, let's be real. Right, let's be real.
You age like spoiling milk.
Right, yeah.
I wouldn't even offended by that. I wouldn't even offended by that ass.
You age like bread that strew up when it goes bad. That's how you age. Like, let's be real. You make a comment. So American Eagle, you're idiots for even putting that out there. You could have left that alone. She shouldn't have said nothing about no jeans. If she want to talk about denim, just say I like these denim jeans, not about her own personal jeans. That blonde hair gonna fall out. Those blue eyes gonna turn gray. Like, stop it.
I mean, she's, I guess, the next white hot actress. I've never seen any of her movies, so I don't know what.
I don't give a fuck.
Neither did I.
I'm getting my money, man.
I cared for like 2 minutes, and then I was like,
American Eagle ain't stopping me from getting my money, man. I could care less.
I never bought their clothes anyway, so I don't give a rat's. Okay. It's a white supremacist. I don't shop in fucking American Eagle store no way. So
yeah, keep selling to the blue-eyed white people.
There's a lot of shit in the world for me to be worried. I'm not worried about it.
There's a lot going on right now. No one cares about that. So let's see. There's nothing else. All right. So before we sign out, give it an open floor to anyone who wants to bring up anything. Because again, it could be sports related or anything else outside of sports. The floor is yours.
I want to shout out Jim Harbaugh for making Trey Lance look really good.
Lance looked good too.
Working with him. Yeah, he did. And I shout out to him for taking him under his wing, because Jim Harbaugh is a quarterback's coach. He's done a lot for Alex Smith, Colin, McNamara, JJ, Hubbard. All of them have improved because he's a quarterback's coach. And I think that's good for Trey, because one thing about it, all us Niner fans, we still love Trey Lance. You know what I'm saying? So
and it just when he was up there pumping Trey Lance up on the sidelines and seeing Trey, like, you could see the positive energy coming out of Trey Lance. Like, it felt good to finally have somebody that's like, yeah, I am good. Yeah, I am a great quarterback. Yeah, I do got potential. Yeah, you know what I mean? Sometimes you need that. Now it ain't
Well
even
said.
sometimes. All of us
All the
need that
time.
at some point. You
Yeah.
Well said,
understand?
yeah.
For real.
Well said.
Do you
Shit.
know how much better I'm gonna get? How much of a better job I'm gonna give you if I hear you be like, man, you one of the best workers. You're so efficient. You're so great. You're so this. I'm not saying you got to kiss my ass all the time, but do you know how much harder I'm gonna go for you if I hear encouraging words?
The boost,
if the only time I hear something from you is telling me what a shitty job I'm doing on the field, in the office, whatever the case is, if that's all I'm hearing, why am I gonna go extra hard for you?
Yeah,
You're not gonna feel appreciated.
Exactly.
Appreciation is needed in all parts of life, right?
Absolutely.
So just because Jim Harbaugh showed him the love, he looked like a real quarterback out there.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't him running around getting hurt, because that's what he did in San Francisco. He ran the ball because he was unaware of how to be a real quarterback because he didn't play a lot.
No, he ran the ball because his dumbass coach called quarterback power.
Yeah, that part.
That's why.
And again, let's not oversell it. It was a preseason game.
Right.
Everybody was starting their third and ninth stringers and everything like that. I get it. But just the way, like, if again, it's seeing that energy, seeing how positive, how good it was making Trey feel. Like, bruh, I will run through a fucking brick wall for you now. You understand?
And I think,
That's what
and
you
in
can
fairness,
see from-
I think with most of Harbaugh's players, they've always said that about him. In
absolutely.
terms of the one thing you could criticize him, whatever that, but I think the one thing players have always
he's good for your quarterback because what he does is he makes the offense quarterback friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he gives you a good running game, good offensive line, good defense. Like he's not telling you to go out there and throw it 30 or 40 times. Like he makes sure that there's pieces around you where you just are complimentary.
Yeah, because even at Michigan, I mean, JJ only did that like once. Now he's in the TCU game.
Right.
Herbert did the ball almost 700 times like 2 years ago.
I mean, that team, when he coached us, we had Colin Kaepernick was good, but we also had Vernon Davis, Crabtree, Frank Gore. We had a hell of a top five defense with Alden Smith and all that. You know what I mean? So we were.
But think about what I just said. He almost threw the ball 700 times. Last year, he threw it like 330 times. Think about the difference.
Right.
You know, with that
significant.
So you ain't got to worry about arm fatigue.
Yeah.
Exactly.
With that dude Staley as a coach that stayed way too long, you give these white coaches opportunities they shouldn't get. That dude Staley should have been gone, right? You're a defensive coach and your defense sucks the whole time.
They were bad too. Like they weren't even remotely good.
But the black coach only got one. Like Lynn only got 1 year in San Diego, right?
Lynn got 2.
He got 1.
Yeah.
Who? Lynn? Anthony Lynn?
Anthony Lynn got.
I thought he got 1 and they let him go, and then
he got 2. I think
he got 2. Anthony Lynn got 2.
Felt like 1.
But he wasn't. But to your point, Smooth, he was on a hot seat. He would.
It felt like. It felt like 1 to me. It felt like he was only there 1 year.
I don't know. And then we brought Brandon Staley in just to be an assistant, whatever, and he was trashed at that.
So maybe Brandon Staley wasn't that good.
Nah, man. Hey, I think that defense. Who was the coordinator before we got to the Rams? Wasn't it Wade Phillips?
Yes.
Yeah, now that was Wade Phillips' defense.
Pretty much.
Remember when he came in, he had that great defense. That was still Wade Phillips.
It was the way he was just calling the plays.
Yeah.
hey, call the plays.
Because Sean McVay didn't keep him, he got rid of him and got old boy, the black dude.
Raheem Morris.
Yeah, Raheem Morris.
He was much better, I think, X's and O's guy.
Yeah, and they won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So
that is true. Hey,
Brandon Staley garbage, dog.
All right, so we're about to wrap up, but I want to thank you guys for tuning in again. We are on Apple, we're on Spotify, on YouTube. Check us out. If you want to hear VO shit on players and quarterbacks, you absolutely should check out the podcast. You want to hear NFL shit on some
my daily toilet,
some Baltimore Orioles teams or whatever, or talk about our volunteers or yay.
VFL.
There you go.
Okay.
You can check out the podcast if you want to hear Smooth talk about his Eagles and maybe talk shit about his Lakers, depending on how his mood is.
If you want to hear Big Mike
football to talk about,
if you want to hear me go rant about my Toronto teams because no one else will, this is the podcast for you.
That's
absolutely.
A man who will not root for his own team.
That is the podcast that you need to check out, and you need to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends.
We should have won 2.
We should have won 3 titles.
Right.
That's right. So if you want to
Never
check us out,
satisfied.
yeah,
complain when they having success.
absolutely.
Exactly.
This is the podcast you need to check out if that's what you want to see. Okay, absolutely. This is where you need to be every Sunday.
And if you want to hear real sports talk, this is a sportcast you should tune into.
Absolutely.
We don't have any kind of false
We
takes.
have no agenda.
We're not programmed. We're not programmed to say something. We're gonna say what the hell we want.
Yeah, we're not Cam Newton or any of the other sports podcasts who's out here just saying crazy
Gilly the
shit. Just
King. Yeah. Hey, that's the stuff. That's the one we forgot. But
don't worry, we'll talk. Don't worry, we can get into that next week.
That
Don't
one
worry,
next
we'll table that for next week. Well, y'all take care.
I wish I would have got.
Peace out.
No, we're out, y'all. Peace. We'll see y'all next Sunday.
Bye.
Peace out.